views and opinions expressed on the Big Llama Show are those of the host and guest. They do not reflect that of our sponsors, advertisers, or employers. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
It's in the she ruckus. That beat, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that? I'm getting paper, seats in the cloud, hands up in the air. Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that? I'm getting
Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Sunday night. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is time for the most consistent show, the best show on all of the internet, the Big Llama Show. And it is the show that is not done by one, but by two. Welcome my co-host and friend, AD. Welcome to the show, episode 63, my friend.
Hello, good looking. What up, baby? How's it going? How's it going?
Man, it is going. It's another week, man. Another week, and a lot of shit's happened this week. A lot of crazy shit. But let's just talk about everything. Let's talk about everything. Let's not limit our show to any topics this week.
We used to limit our show back in the day, you know.
We used to.
back in the day, and I think ever since we opened the floodgates, I think our show has grown a lot. And hey, we got us in the background too, so that's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Llama's great thumbnails. Honestly, I got to shout out Llama real big because I'm very critical on Llama, and this is something that I try not to do, but I just watch the internet so much, and he's the most consistent person on YouTube. So I'm everything I know about YouTube, I give to him because I'm not using it. And I was like, hey, Llama, maybe we should, and I sent him an example. I was like, maybe we should make our thumbnails like this. And then the next episode, which was last episode, and we got to say, most interaction we had during stream. I mean, we had 20 live viewers. By the time we were done with stream, we had 75, and then the next day we had 100. And I'm not saying it was a thumbnail at all, but it could have been so I gotta say, shout out to Llama for making the adjustments right away. Even I gave him a critique today. He was about to fix it before the stream, and I'm like, nah, Llama, come on. So hey, we got shout out Llama's work ethic, and we here, baby, most consistent show on the internet right now. Well, on YouTube.
That's true. And listen, again, the great thing about AD and I, the way this thing works is that we are honest, and we're just about making the product better for everybody, the experience better. We're both learning this game, and so any feedback he gives me, I take it to heart, and I say, you know what, he's coming at it from a good place. So never ever do I feel that's it ever coming. It's not an ego thing. It's strictly about what's best for the show. So I always appreciate it. So yeah, we're always going to be changing. We're always going to be evolving. And again, part of the big format change was just letting this show be what it is interaction with the chat, and let's just talk, because we are way better when we're not pinned into a specific topic or
I mean, when you think about the last couple episodes, there's a lot of tangents we gone on. I mean, last week we talked about stealing stuff, in our youths, but for at least 20 minutes. It was a good conversation. Chat was engaged, and it's man, that's the most important part about the show is the chat and our interactions with the chat and each other. So I'm man, I love talking about movies. I love talking about pop culture and all that. But when you really think about the culture of the show, it's the chat and our takes on the chat. So I mess with it, man.
Now speaking of chats, let's start to see what's going on in the chat. Big Homie was here early. Hashtag Llama Nation. Drop those effing likes and comment. Hashtag
Listen,
blackout.
Every time I say the post, they go up, and it's a beautiful feeling because I'm watching. I'm let's see how much they go up. So hey, this stream. Go his most recent video. Go all his videos. We need these numbers. He needs these numbers. We need these numbers. Let's keep growing, baby.
Yeah, and this video this week is the highest climber. I'm gonna hit 1,000 within a day. I'm at I think 700 or 800 views on Team America, and you had your comment on.
Oh, I can't wait! I knew I literally typed it and was he's gonna mention this tonight. Enter.
Well, I saw it and I go, Oh, he wants to fight tonight. Let's go.
Nah, it's because I saw your community post, but we'll get to that. Let's go to the chat. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about because I felt some kind of way too. I was like, oh.
Did you? You're like, yo,
Well,
I already recorded the video.
Well, I was like, wow, somebody's got some animosity here. And so I saw it.
I'm glad, yo, co-host right here. We're on the same page. We know what the content's gonna talk, bro.
I saw exactly what you're talking about, and I said, "Oh shit! If AD sees this right here, he's gonna say something about it. I know he is." So
I waited till the biggest platform of the week, though. You know what I'm saying? That's Big Llama Show Sundays, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Big homie says, "Chat, bring your topics and opinions." That's right.
Of course, whatever you guys want to talk about, let's go.
For sure. Hercules is excited. He said, "Let's go." Shout out to Hercules, man, for playing that crazy ass autopsy game.
Oh, how'd you like that? I know you were in the chat. I didn't watch all of it, but was it as scary as it seemed?
Listen, it was man, creepy. I was living vicariously through Hercules. I was just like, nah, what are we doing? And I had it in here full screen. I had the lights off. I was just I was just typing away. I was like, nah, get away, move away. I felt like I was watching a movie.
Yo, Big Llama's really a colored folk when they in the theater talking about like, yeah, run, man, run.
No, I totally was like, nah. Like I think he was like, I got to grab this body and move it over here. I'm like, why are you grabbing bodies? Why are you grabbing bodies? It's like, and there was a shadow thing came in the background, and I was like, oh hell no, like, and I'm typing, oh hell no, don't do that. Like if you look at his video, my chat is like this much of me, like literally typing everything I was thinking that moment. It was fun. It was fun. So shout out to Hercules. That was an entertaining couple of hours for me.
I know he definitely put a edited upload of that stream. Yes. So definitely go check it out. Shout out Big Man Herc.
Yeah, big man. So Herc is also wants to shout out the review from this week.
I saw him in the comments.
America. Funny enough, the one video that I don't like, you know, because I have ads now to the some videos get that little like warning, like, hey, this might not be suitable. This one passed with no problems. And I dropped every F-bomb I could in terms of the review and everything. I was like, everything is in here. I'm not editing anything out. And it passed. And I was like, oh, okay. It's funny what the censors will let go, I guess.
I wonder about, I mean, we could get to that too, but like I wonder about the YouTube censors because like I watch a lot of content that's like, I mean, you see how I am personally, and you see how I present my content. That's a lot of content I watch. Like I learn from certain people, and I'm like, how does this get passed when there's things that I put up and it's like, hey, we can't have that. It's like, bro, but they're talking about, you know what I mean? Like you see like a lot of things, you're like, how does it get passed? So it's like, I feel like YouTube has their, I mean, that movie clearly has a cult following. So it's not like it's you're the first one to do the review and you know. So it's like it makes sense because I seen like off of your community posts, and then you know I always watch your numbers. When you post a video, I'm always watching like how's it grow, what kind of comments are getting. I'm like, damn, like this is one of those, it's like a Mighty Python movie, like how it's moving so far.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't expect it. I saw there was a bunch of reactors to it. So I'm like. And I wanted to see the movie, so I had a little bit of time, and I'm like, I recorded that one right after I recorded You Got Served, which is the one I originally was going to put out. And I'm like, all right, and I'm starting editing. My only reason that You Got Served is backed up right now is that I had to take out the music, and I'm like re-pasting the music like with the pitch differently, so it's taking a little bit longer. But yeah, that movie's tough to edit without having music in it. You know,
that was definitely something I was going to ask you, like. Because I know we talked about it, and you know, I was like, "Oh, is he gonna ask me to like record with him?" And if not, I was wondering. I was just like, "Yo, he hasn't said anything about the movie." And then I saw the community post where you posted both of them, and I saw the reaction for this movie, and I was like, "Oh, maybe he's gonna post." I like in my head, I was like, "He's gonna post the America one first because it's getting the most like comments on it, so it makes sense."
Well, I actually started. I started You Got Served, and I got like 40% through, and then I realized like the music is gone. Like I the more I think about it, I'm like, I can't even play any of this music. So like when I recorded it, I tried to keep the volume down, but it was so low. you can't hear a thing. So it's just me like breathing and talking. So now I'm bringing in actual music with the pitch adjusted to try to get some like sync up there. So it's taking me way longer, but I'm excited for it because there's some.
How'd you like it? Give chat a little bit of, because we watched the trailer last week.
Okay, so I'm not shitting on the movie. Let's just say that. Okay,
I mean,
I like the movie, but no. My only issue is the movie needs to pick a lane. It needs to pick a lane. It's either a gritty Boys from the Hood type movie, or it's a freaking dance, bring it on type movie. It can't be both unless you like are consistent.
Listen,
the only
it
thing
can
is
be both.
It tries to be both. But here's the problem, right? It's like the story and the plot is pretty predictable and consistent. It was fun, so I was like, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. But like there was like these offshoots where Omarion and Marquez are like, either running drugs or something, right? But it's like a small piece. They just introduce it. They don't really get into it. They don't really talk about that life. It's just more like they need money, so they go and do this for money. And then, what's my boy's name? Little God, he's escaping my name. Little Saint.
Yo,
and then
Little Saint. This one's for you, baby.
I was like, what? Why we go so like? Why we go from like meat, like, okay, we go like from vanilla ice cream, right, to like hardcore. It fell on the ground. Like they killed Little Saint, and I'm like, what is this about? What is this about?
But that made you feel something.
Oh, I did feel a little something. It's not five tissue box that I thought it was, only because I was like, it just doesn't make sense why they would kill Little Saint to bring these guys together. But
listen, it makes sense for the life that we like. The people I know that love that movie grew up in that life where you might lose a friend just off of you. The next day you wake. I literally had a friend get shot before school, and it's like we were just with each other like last period yesterday. You know what I mean? So to me, it makes sense. But in a movie critic standpoint, I'm curious to hear your actual thoughts when like it happens and you see it for the first time. But I know, you know what I mean, when they say, Lil Saint, this one for you, baby, that's the most iconic part of the movie. Like, oh, they're about to go crazy. And you got Pump It Up by Joe Budden going. And it's like, in the background with the, you know what I mean?
The whole thing was the sequences were sick, bro. It was, I had said, I would have loved to have seen it in the theater because I feel like the music and the way that everything was kind of put together was like perfect for like a theater experience. Yeah. So, but it was fun, man. It was fun. That was my only gripe was like, I was like, pick a lane, pick a freaking lane. Either I'm in this like, dangerous world, or I'm in the dance world where it's just crews beefing with each other and it ain't that bad, right? A couple punches thrown. I mean, at least if they would have like fought each other on the dance floor and a couple people pulled out a gat or a strap, I'd be like, okay, I know where we are. I know how serious this is, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was more like,
I felt like it was though. Sonny did those guys dirty.
Oh God, he totally did, man.
He did those guys dirty. He taught them the routine. But like, how good is he at dancing that he could teach them the routine
in like 10 minutes, right? And then I had an issue with Wade. I kept calling him Dragon Ball Z guy.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, it's funny. His right hand man was in a Step Up movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was.
Oh God, hilarious. Wade goats these guys in the. All right, let's go now. $5,000. Let's go.
But when Wade said no, you suckers got served. You felt that. You felt that. Hey, listen, classic movie. Be on the lookout for Llama's reaction. Let's get back to the chat though. The chat is bumping right now. Holy.
Yeah. We're way behind. Let's see.
We're way behind. We kind of that's how good the movie is.
Exactly. We're just getting right into it. John Gillen says, yo, what's up? # road to 5,000. Thank you, Mr. Gillen.
Shout out John. John, one of the most consistent out here.
I was going to say, yeah, he's always there.
Always.
Chat Mom, Jane is in the house.
Let's go. Chat Mom the GOAT.
Big homie. America.
There you go.
I needed that.
I got you, dude.
Chat Mom says she likes the layout. 100, all right.
With the layout.
There you go. See?
I got you, dude.
You got the editing tool ready, so that's good. Sir. She likes it. She's clean, cut, and fun. Okay. Let's see. The vibes of this pod are getting sexual. Fast forward.
Now pause it right there, brother.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I
I'm
think
sure
he's
he says
saying love
love.
the new. Yeah.
Yeah, none do layout guys. All right. That video was great. I knew you'd laugh your ass off. Okay, yeah, that's for the Team America. Yeah, man, puppet sex will do that to you, man. I mean,
Puppet sex is crazy. I've never seen that movie, but it's also very KKK-ish. I don't know.
Listen, it's totally inappropriate. But like I think the reaction is just my face because I was like, I can't show any of the shit happening behind, and even like you can see like two legs like looking like this, going like this. I'm like, oh god, maybe that'll get caught up in the censor.
Right by your ear on the green screen, like,
Yeah,
yo,
like,
that's a
yeah,
weird
so
spot,
you
dude.
you see like something like this. I'm like, oh dear God, they're gonna catch that.
Stop.
Even even the sensor I put on there, I purposely left their heads there so you can see them bobbing, but you see the sensor here, and they're like, boop, 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 boop. I'm like, oh dear God.
I got a question though. Do you watch? Let's say you watch the movie, you got the video recorded. Do you watch any edits beforehand to see like what they cut out, maybe because you've seen the whole movie, so you kind of like know the landscape of it? But do you ever watch to see like what they cut out, just so you know ahead of time?
Sometimes I do. I'll be honest, because what happens is like a movie that I feel like has so many like iconic pieces. Like I start cutting it, and I'm like, and it's usually in the first 5 to 10 minutes of my edit. I'm like, you know what? I think too much of the first half of the movie, and then I'm trying to find out how they transition to the middle of the movie or the next piece of the movie, because I do that all the time. The first 10 minutes are usually literally probably the first 15 to 20 minutes of the movie, and then I like speed through the rest of the movie. So sometimes I go, okay, at what point did they stop the first half of this movie and then get into the second and third quarter? Yeah. And so I'll watch from time to time. For this one, I only watched to see what they did with the puppet scene because honestly, there's a bunch of people who did it, and I was like, you know, I don't want to see which parts they liked. I just want to see what they did with the stupid sex scene, because how hard is it to, you know, and most of them glanced right over it. Like most of them like, oh, and then they just went right through it. So I had a little bit of controversy in mind where I just kind of kept elements of it in there so you know what's happening. But that shit was tough, man. That's
smart, man.
Let's see. That shit was creepy. Oh, we're talking about the video game. Yeah. Chris G, the Bizzle, Jay Bizzle representing, right?
Jay Bizzle. I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says that. So every time I'm in Vincent Beach, I got it. Hey, the strikeout guy himself.
That's right. Gimpy.
I'll be Gimpy. He's still working out though, no?
Yeah, he's still in the gym.
Oh, because I saw him post a picture and I was like, I gotta ask Llama on stream so I can see his reaction. Like, is he really working out while he's hurt?
Yeah. He's still, he goes in there and he skips leg day because he can't do leg day.
Yeah. That also didn't surprise me. But hey, no. February, I'll be there. We'll record this.
I'm telling you, we got to go out there. I got the GoPros ready.
We have to. He's talked a lot of crap. Yeah, hey Llama, I love you. You're a role model to me. I'm gonna peg your son first pitch. Just because he talks so much shit. Like he's getting hit. And which leg is it that he's hurt?
I think it's his right leg.
Oh, he's getting hit immediately in his right leg.
Just wear the brace.
Let's see what you had out.
Exactly. Let's see how much shit you talk at that point. Let's see. Chat Mom, she's talking about the game. It wasn't too scary, but like I did make her come and get the curtains. That's right. There was a whole scene about don't look at the wall or look at the window. And I see her in the chat like, you need to come up here and check these windows. And so I think he stopped the game and he left. And I'm like, no, don't leave me here. And we're like, I'm staring at the screen.
That's funny.
We were competing for Herc's attention at that point.
Yeah, hey, every time. Listen, Herc doesn't stream a lot, but I notice because I stream, and sometimes I stream when he streams, or even when I don't, I see his numbers. I'm like, people love Herc, bro. Like Herc he's one of the beloved in Blackout. Like they don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about Hen Dog. Herc though, that's their guy. Homie, that's their guy. Jay Bird, people love him because he's controversial.
We're like in sync. He's gonna be the Justin Timberlake of
Hey,
the group. When we
respect
break
it.
up,
You respect. He's the prettiest one. It makes sense. It makes
Exactly.
sense. Like I'm not gonna argue about it.
no, he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it to the top.
Exactly. That's why we got him around.
That's right. That's why he's a member. Jay Birdie,
Big
is in
Bird.
here. We were talking about you, Jay Birdie, how I tried to hang out with you, but you were working. But that's
Damn,
again.
Bird.
But you know what's funny is I texted him. I said my exact words was, "I'm trying to be a better friend. I'm out. I want to. I don't know if you're around."
I respect that about you because I saw that you were out. Obviously I didn't know about the text, but I respect that because you made the effort. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
I mean, but at the end of the day, you're also a man of responsibility.
But it was funny. I told him, I looked at Mama Llama. I was like, listen, it's getting late. We're here in Fort Pierce. I know Jay Birdie hangs out. I said, you mind if I text Birdie and let him know we're out here? And she's like, yeah, invite him over. I'm like, all right. Hey, I'm out and about. You want to hang out? which I would never do, which I would never ever do. But since we talked about it and how he says I'm local, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take him up on his offer. But yeah, he was working. So
I respect
Jay
that.
Birdie. Thank you. Let's see. Chat Mom says my favorite part of North Philly was the movie theater commentary. Perfection. Which was that from the movie?
I'm so confusion. I'm so confusion. I don't know what she's talking about right now.
We're so behind in the chat, so maybe
it's like we're honestly that just shows the evolution of the show and how our conversation is getting better.
Exactly.
Matt
Damon.
Oh my god.
That movie does poke fun of him. Hercules says, thank you guys for the shout. Big Llama, thank you for making the stream so awesome. Listen, I was invested, man. It was no bullshit. I was there watching it with you. Hercules says, I plan on doing more stuff like that soon. Be sure to join me in some pooping of the pants fun.
This guy poops in his pants, dude.
Let's see. James Birdie, G Baby death is way
more tragic. Listen, it might be. But when Lil Saint dies and he punches a hole in the wall, that's some good acting.
Yeah,
you know they didn't plan that shit. There's no, like, when I was a kid and I saw that, I was like, they ain't playing that. He broke the wall off of just pure acting, and you gotta respect it, man. Like, listen, they're both sad scenes, but I love baseball, so Hardball. Keanu Reeves' performance in Hardball, he's a gambler. The kids,
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a better movie. It's just a better movie. But listen, you can't discredit Lil Saint's death, man.
Jay Birdie with the hot take. F Lil Saint.
It makes sense because they always get compared. Always. You say Lil Saint, be like, yo, G Baby. You say G Baby, they be like Lil Saint, be like, they both dead. It don't matter.
Hercules said Lil Saint will never beat G Baby. All right.
You see what I'm saying? Like G Baby. Oh nah. When I made Herc watch the movie, I said it was sad, but he didn't see it coming. None of us saw it coming, bro.
No.
Listen, Hardball is just a better movie. Like, You Got Served is honestly, to me, a hood classic. That's how I look at it. Like, it's not. It don't got the production of Hardball. It don't got the story writing of Hardball, but it's a hood classic because you gotta think, like, coming up in hip hop, there's niggas dance, right? Let's be real. They dance, and people die. There's some drugs in there. You know what I mean? Like when the Black Wilson Fist said, "You think you gonna dance again, boy?" and grabbed his messed up knee like I'm gonna do the medium llama. Like, bro, come on. That's a dope
true.
Scene.
That is
a dope
true,
scene. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh wow, like he's in danger.
I think I said this man is heavy breathing and sweating the whole time, the whole scene.
Bro, heavy breathing like a mother, bro.
He's like, what I tell you about my merchandise? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yo, his acting was, I don't know if he was really breathing for life, but his acting was great.
It seemed like he was. He needed some oxygen in that car.
Yo, my God, he was so rich, he didn't have oxygen.
Let's see. 500 IQ is back. He says, "Yo, I'm back."
Hey, 500 IQ. Let's go.
Welcome back, sir.
Welcome back. Don't forget to like the video.
Yeah,
Chat
for
mom
sure.
being chat mom doing chat mom things. You know what I'm saying? Sub 500. Welcome back. Hey,
Yeah,
that's what I love about our chat, man. Station 500. State. That's what I love about our chat, man.
the chat is welcoming.
Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Good to see you, 500. I hope you read that in the chat.
Yeah,
We're a little
no, for
behind.
sure.
We're having a great conversation. We're also 30 minutes into this.
Exactly. Big homie. I'm camera and narration for the VOD. Oh, okay. We're talking about for the baseball.
Oh, the baseball? Oh, yeah, that'd be dope. That's a good
He
call.
said, "Let me come talk to him."
Come through. Come
Yeah,
through.
man. If you're serious, I'll send you the link. You can join.
No.
Join
He's
us.
got to come in the studio because last time you sent him the link, the whole stream went down.
Oh yeah, that's right. We crashed everything.
You got, hey, medium llama, you got to get your money up. I'm not
Let's
even
go.
gonna call him junior llama no more. He's medium llama.
He's medium now.
He's getting swole. He's medium llama right now.
Let's see. Chat mom says, "Bro, I can't mess with the windows open at night." Yeah, no. You got to
But
close
you guys
the
also
windows.
live in a rural area.
Oh, do they?
They
Like,
live
there's
in an
nobody
area
around?
where there's like animals and stuff.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they don't live in a city. They live in, at least from my understanding.
Like they live like in the woods, like a cabin in the woods type.
That's
shit?
how I feel like my understanding of where they live is. Like there's bears. You know what I mean? Like
All
I don't know.
So Herc chat mom, you got to clarify. Do you guys
Clarify,
live in
please.
like can you see a neighbor like right next door, or are you guys like in the woods and you got to walk like a mile to see your next house?
Chat mom said, I'm pretty sure Chat mom is from where they live, and she said she had like 30 people in her graduating class.
Oh my god!
And I'm not sure it's 30, but like I had a couple hundred. You know what I mean? So I'm like, when I heard her
Right.
number, I was like, what? That sounds like where I went to school in Big Sandy, Texas, and it's literally one street, and everybody knows everybody, bro. It's a weird experience going from like even Port St. Lucie, as small as Port St. Lucie is, but like you gotta think, I went from Port St. Lucie to Pennsylvania to New York, and I go to Big Sandy. I'm like, what is this? It's one street, and everybody knows everybody. It's a
No.
wild.
That's a horror movie. That's a horror movie plot right there.
Oh God.
Let's see. Big homie said, I want to interview each of you like the last dance.
We'll have interview shots and shit in the back. Yeah, that'd be funny. Hey, that's one whole content piece.
For sure. It goes Jaybird, Herc, Hen.
I don't know if that's the order, but they're all. Wait, he's talking about people they like. Maybe I can see that. People like Jaybird's personality. Herc is a pretty guy, and Hen is just funny, but also,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Hen can
Thank
tell
you,
a
homie.
story though.
Thank you, homie.
Let's see. Thank you, homie. Let's see. Chat mom said you were talking about people talking at the movies. Oh yeah. For sure. I can't stand that shit. Let's see. Oh, hey, Birdie. Miss my blackout homies. Okay.
Local homie. There you go.
Yeah, you are local, man. And he responded right away. And I was gonna swing by, but I just like, nah, let me get home.
No, I respect
It was
that.
late
I
for-
respect that you went home,
Yeah.
but also the text out is dope too because it's blackout, baby.
That's right, man.
You
That's
guys
right.
are all local.
Let's see. I know. What's that?
He said, "I know
I-
Jay, like Birdie, Jay Birdie.
Oh,
I've been
Yeah, he was-
grinding."
Hey,
Hey,
Gabe's in the house.
yes, sir.
Welcome, Gabe. Let's see. I feel you, homie, too. Let's see. Bro, G Baby being held by his brother is unreal.
I'm just saying, Hardball's a better film. Let's just be real.
Okay.
It makes more sense. If we would have seen the dude that broke, I don't even remember his name, but if we would have seen him instead of breaking the hole in the wall in the hospital, but him holding Lil Saint at the end.
Oh no.
What? Come
No,
on,
that would've
bro.
been-
Come
yeah.
on. Come on.
We would have been.
What are we talking about? G
Hashtag
Baby.
G
I mean, G
forever.
Baby's a favorite. Have you seen Hardball?
I have seen Hardball.
Okay. So that's definitely something you got to watch.
Yeah, Lil Saint hit way better or way harder.
I agree too. I cried in both though.
See, bad movies matter too.
Yeah.
There are no bad movies.
No, they are. Everything that what's his name likes.
Jay Birdie says, "You guys served as like the white people take on hip hop dancing."
Nah,
Nah.
he's tripping.
Now the director was the manager of B2K and all those guys. So I don't know if he's a white guy, but
That's
the
a
Dragon
white
Ball
man's
Z
take.
guy.
That's a white man take on You Got Served.
Hey, Emerald was the cornbread guy from Life. Oh, that's right, he was. Okay. You gonna eat that cornbread? Say, nah, Jay Bird's
That's honey.
Honey.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yo, shout out Honey though. That's one of my favorites. Shout out Jessica Alba.
I've
Jessica
not seen
Alba
Honey.
was like top 5 in that movie as well. Top 5 all time.
I saw the promos and I did like Jessica Alba, but I've not seen that movie.
You never seen it? Oh,
no.
It's terrible. Yo, Birdie gotta love Honey though, because Styles P. I'm pretty sure the whole Lox was in that movie, but Styles P and Jada were definitely in that movie.
Let's see. Herkson, we in the sticks, my guys.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I told you.
See,
From
this
my
is important.
understanding, they sound like that.
This is important, and I say this because I love Herc and Chat Mom, but if you're in the sticks, the llama will visit you, but I will not stay with you. I got to be drunk and pass out because I'm scared. I'm deathly afraid of not having people.
All right,
around.
but Llama. Listen to the scenario. Me, you, homie,
okay,
Roman 2 Raw, Hen Dog, and Bird all in the same area. You're not staying in the sticks?
Nah, man, that's a plot for a horror movie. Each of you bitches is getting taken out one by one in the woods when you
get taken out first.
Wait,
we sacrificing you.
I'm the slowest one. I'm
getting out.
first. Well, I don't know if I'm faster than Big Homie, but I'm gonna be the one that's taken out
Big
first.
Homie fast for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's fast. That was one of his attributes in baseball. He was fast.
But
it was like,
but like in a horror movie, right? Like when they hear that noise in the woods, Herc is gonna go out there first. Herc is going out there first to investigate.
He's the guy.
Not me. I'm gonna be sitting in the middle of the
house.
house. Right. No, I'm gonna be sitting in the middle of the house next to Chat Mom and the kids. Talking about, is Herc back? Oh, you need to send AD out there. You need to send somebody else out there. I ain't going out there.
You can't send me out there, bro.
We'll send Birdie out
the
there.
masculine men. men.
Listen, man, I'm a little bitch when it comes to that. I would not. But
scared. I mean, I am scared because Jehovah and shit.
but yeah, so okay, maybe I gotta see the layout. I gotta see how close the gas station is, how far I gotta run to the next house. I gotta evaluate these things before I make that final decision. So,
at the end of the day, Dueño lives close by, so he'll be our savior.
Oh shit, we're in trouble.
Part 2 starts when we meet with Dueño. Whoever survives gets to Dueño's house. Part 2.
No, I gotta evaluate, and there's nothing against the hosts. Herc and Chat Mom, I'm sure they're great, gracious hosts. Nothing to do with them, has everything to do with me. Terrified of that shit. All right. Next. Chat Mom and Herc live in the sticks, but it's close enough to life. That's okay. Okay. I trust you, Big Homie. I trust you for sure. All right, we got a super chat.
Let's go.
As we get from Jay Birdie. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. He says, I'm here to take anybody's multiverses money. Hashtag Shagworthy.
Listen, I found out this week Birdie's extremely good at fighting games, and I'm not extremely good at fighting games. But I learned when we play together, we win a lot. We've been playing Multiverses, which is this new like WB game. It's basically like Smash Bros, but with like Scooby-Doo, LeBron James is in it, Iron Giant. There's like a bunch of random WB characters in it. We've been playing that, and I swear to you, we're like 125. Like record wise, like 100 wins and 25 losses. Like we don't lose that much in this game because Birdie is going crazy. And then, I have my games where I go all right, but we're just beating people. And then when they beat us, they're like extremely good. Like we got put in a blender at one point where we were both like, what just happened to us? But we are taking over that game, which is dope because we were watching like 100K tournament. We're like, we're gonna make it to that tournament because we've only been playing for like 3 days together and we've been beating everybody we face. So shout out
Now-
Shagworthy, shout out Multiverses.
Now, can they hear you in the game? Or
They
no?
cannot, which is
Oh.
what I told Birdie too. I was like, yo, if we're playing across from, if we actually went to a tournament, because there's Evo, which is like the biggest fighting tournament every year. They have like one Evo, has like Mortal Kombat, Smash Bros, like all the Tekken, all the best fighting games. They have a tournament in this event. It's just like a weekend. But the fact that Multiverses is in beta right now and they had a 100K tournament shows that they kind of like expect this property to go. And then you think about WB in terms of like the characters they own. Like they can, I mean, they got Rick and Morty coming probably like, I think the new season starts tomorrow. So like one of those characters are going to be in the game tomorrow for sure. But they're just like expanding the game on another level. And I was like, bro, they got a 100K tournament. Like if we actually spent a year till next year, because I think Evo just happened like last 2 weeks. So it's like we spend a year to actually like train and go to this tournament, even if it's for content or whatever, we might be able to win because we're sitting across from the people we're playing. And if you hear Birdie talk shit to you across from you, and then you got me chirping in saying some dumb shit, like I'm not a good shit talker, but I'm a good hype man. So I'm gonna hype Birdie up. And you think these nerds are gonna like compete with it? Be like, yo, they're flabbergasted because we're just going at their family. And if they have hot girlfriends, we're gonna take them after the party. You know what I mean? So it's like they got so much to worry about. Like we might win this 100K.
then you take all the girlfriends,
all their girlfriends, and all their money. Like they're just going home nothing.
Well,
thank you, Birdie, for carrying me.
I did download the game and I started playing. So I'm a button masher for sure. So.
I was too, and I started learning.
Well, I figured out a couple of things, but once I figure out what button mashing combos I can use, I'm done. That's what I do the whole time. So I'm that guy you play against and be like, I don't let you out of the corner because I figured out how to keep you there. I'm the guy who frustrates you, but again, not by skill, by button mashing. Hercules says we live 2 blocks away from Voorhees National Park up in the mountains of Jersey.
The only thing I understood about that was Voorhees. So like
I say, you shit
maybe
me?
we don't go.
Man, I drive by Camp Crystal Lake on 95 and I'm terrified. I'm not going to your national park. It's named after a killer.
Oh, bro. Once we get through this chat, I gotta talk to you about that Beast movie.
Okay. Let's get through the chat then. Voorhees National Park. You gotta be kidding me. Chat Mom says
going there in the mountains? No,
hell no.
No.
Chat Mom says we have neighbors, but are also in the woods and have bears. So I'm from Manville, and graduation has like 90 kids. This town is
you
the
see
same
what I'm
size.
saying?
Yeah, that's
My middle school had 180, easy, and that's like just because it was a new school. It was like 1 year old. Not even. We were the first 8th graders. I just fucking. You saw I caught that though. You saw I caught that, right?
Yeah, I saw that. We got to clip that shit.
Yo, clip that. Yeah, I got my reaction ain't going nowhere. Medium Llama. What are you talking about? That's crazy. That shit dropped. I was like, nope. Hit him with the tray like Spider-Man.
So good. You got it all, man.
I hope this doesn't fall because then I gotta carry it.
No.
Anyways, go ahead.
No, I was just saying no. The amount of people here is not boding well for me.
There was 90 people in the area we lived.
Jesus Christ.
in the 20 square blocks.
Let's see. Hercules says I grew up in the hood and said I got to get out and move far away. That's too far, dude.
Yeah. Oh God.
And she's Chamo says, and I spent 10 plus years in Philly, so no window bars is like culture shock. Yeah, no, that's scary. That is some scary stuff. Like people around here leave their windows open and their garage doors half open. Like I don't understand that shit around here. I'm just like I because I lived in Hollywood, near Miami and everything, and like you locked up everything. And I lived in a freaking duplex that was in the hood. So like I locked like 16 things and like made sure I had door jams and like pieces of wood on my windows. I had all kinds of stuff for people not to come into my house. So yeah, no, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in PSO, so like I wouldn't like if it was up to me, I didn't have my parents. I probably wouldn't have the door like even like now, like where we live, like if I keep my doors unlocked, like nobody's gonna come in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that I would, but I'm just saying like if the doors were unlocked, there's nobody coming in here. Like, I want to be honest. But I get what you're saying because like my parents would be like, lock the doors. Like, you don't want nobody. I'm like, bro, we live in Torino, dude. Like, nobody's even out here.
I know that's where I live too. And like even when I go out at night, like after the show, I might go throw out the trash. I'm doing a quick hop, skip, and a jump, man. I'm like, let me get in and get out because I don't know what's out there.
Hey,
There's
you ain't
nothing
catching
out
Llama
there.
lacking. That's all you know.
No, exactly. You
ain't
ain't catch
catching
me
him
slipping
lacking,
for
bro.
sure. No, I'm gonna throw hands if I feel something on my leg. I'm throwing hands. I don't care what it is.
You hear Llama do that? It's dangerous for you.
Be careful. I kill wildlife, animals, people. It doesn't matter. You touch me, it's done. Let's see. Hercules says we do have people around. The houses are relatively close. We just got 1.5 acres of land in between them. Okay, that's a bit of a distance to run, but at least if I can see the house, I feel better.
Be all right. I can see the light in the distance.
Bro, I can thrive in the sticks. I'm like Rambo. That's what Big Homie says.
Oh, no,
not I.
Honestly, being out here is like, obviously, there's mountains around me. Like, especially where I live now, I'm closer to the mountains. And like, I went to Colorado Springs and I see how they live out there. I went there yesterday. I'm like, bro, I can't do this. Like, I need some semblance of a city. That's why I like living as where I'm at. So I could get to like Denver if I want to feel the city. And if I want to feel like a mountainous area, I can go the opposite way and I'm cool. But like, to be honest, I need some semblance of a city, man. I need life.
Listen. Listen. I made a vacation choice coming up. Like my wife and I are talking about going to Tennessee again, and she's like, "Oh, it'll be around Thanksgiving. There might be snow. We could stay in the mountains." I said, "Hell no, I'm staying in the damn mountains. What if there's snow on the ground? My car slides off the mountain and I'm off the cliff. Hell no." I said, "We're staying at a resort that has lots of people and the city is right around it. And then we can drive to the mountains and take a look at them. But I don't want to stay in there. They got bears, they got antelopes. I don't know what the hell they got out in the mountains. I don't want anything to do with it."
Listen, when I drove here, right? There's two ways to get here. You can go through like Georgia and up and around. And you go through like Missouri, Kansas, all that. Or you can go through like Texas, Louisiana, New Mexico, whatever. And Justin and his girl told me like, hey, go through the Georgia side, go up because it's an easier drive. But in my head, I'm like, I've driven to Texas multiple times. I know that route. Like, especially when I'm getting like to Texas and like passed out, I know that route. So I'm like, I'm gonna go that way. And I go that way the first time. It's a smooth drive because again, I know the route. I get to New Mexico and it starts getting like a little bumpy, and I'm like, I don't think nothing of it. It starts getting dark too, and that's another thing. There's not a lot of lights here. It's not like city light. It's dark. Like when you're in areas that are dark, it's dark. So I'm just driving. By the time I get to Colorado, it is dark. I cannot see the streets.
Oh, hell,
bro. And I drove through the mountainside, which is what they were telling me from the beginning was like, yo, go through the top because you hit the city side and you just hit highway and you're good. And I did that last time that I drove. The last time I was in PSO, I drove back that way and I see the easier of it, like how easy it is. But the mountainside in the dark, first time experiencing what mountains were, and you just like, and I'm driving in like a little stick shift, you know what I mean? SI, I'm just cruising, but I'm like, yo, I might fall off these mountains, bro. Like, it was terrifying. And if it would, oh, bro, I didn't drive for months when it snowed. When the snow touched the ground, I was like, for months, I'm like, I'm taking an Uber or I'm riding with y'all. Like, I'm not driving my car. I'm not messing up my car. I'm not doing none of that because like it was a culture shock for sure. That was like the first place where I was like, oh no.
All I see is those damn videos from up north. People like on the highway, like just jump out of their car because they can't stop the car from moving. I'm like, I can't do that on a mountain. What if I slide off? Hell no. And plus, I've never seen snow ever, so I'm like terrified.
Not once, not even like a little.
Never in my life have I seen snow. I've been in snow, anything like that. So
yeah, we got to visit them when it snows.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I ain't driving anywhere. That's for
No, we'll drive. I'm cool with that now. You know what I mean?
Let's see. Jay Birdie wants to let us know he's not going to Jersey because the whole state smells.
He will say some dumb shit like that.
Of course he would. Jay Birdie's a shit talker over there. Hercules says, and we got a whole mountain bike trail behind our yard that goes to Main Street.
However long that is, bro. Bike trail, dog. That's miles before it hits Main Street.
Right.
No,
you're not speaking Llama language, man. You're talking shit that I don't want to even do, man. You're like about mountain biking. Good luck.
I want to stay inside with the firewood, bro.
Listen, man. I'm truly look, man. I was born near the equator. I tell everybody that I'm born near the equator. I'm warm-blooded. I don't do well in cold. I don't like the outdoors. I don't do that shit. But again, I will venture out for the family, for the sake of the family. But
for family.
But given a choice, though, I don't think I'm getting on a mountain bike. Not on the mountains. Fuck that shit. Roman 2 Ross shall be in those woods soon. Okay.
Gay?
Let's see. Medium Llama wants to let you know, let me get on the podcast sometime.
I like that you call him Medium Llama. So yeah, you can come anytime you want, brother.
I'm following up on your take with him. Let's see. Hercules says we can get drunk, take the trails, and hit the bars.
I want to hit the bars.
I like to hit the bars part. I like the drunk part.
The trails.
You said take the trails.
I mean, the trails. If it's like daytime, we're tripping on acid. What's up, Llama? Yeah. Llama doesn't agree with this.
No,
I have to say that for him.
Herc will not go out. He's native as hell and does not mess with the noises. Okay, so Herc would not be our savior in that scenario I painted.
We're sending Roman 2 Raw outside first,
for sure. Sacrificial lamb. Chat mom says she has to go outside. Let's see. Birdie says, you send Birdie out in the woods. I'm coming back with a full bear skin coat. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm sending Birdie out there. That's what I said. Birdie will be our security force when we go up and we're in Hollywood.
Wherever we go, he's our security force.
Birdie's going to be taking care of us. Birdie and bear skin is a vibe.
Yeah, imagine he comes back, he just full bear skin, like, what's up? Like, yo, you want me to roll your blunt or what, dude? Majestic. Great outfit.
Let's see. Put homies in the jungles. I'm coming out with chinchillas.
Having niggas dancing like Diddy in the 2000s, baby. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, chinchilla is something I don't care how old I am. Like, when I get enough money to buy a chinchilla, I'm copping it off rip. Just because Pharrell told me about it, Diddy told me about everybody everybody who I listened to growing up had a chinchilla. I need one at least.
You need one. You need at least one in your life. Let's see. Multiverse's WB version of Smash Brothers. Yep. Even if we lose, the Goombas of gaming is still getting the prize money. Still walking out with the money.
Oh God.
Let's see. Gabe says, on a separate note, my AC broke off in the middle of Florida summer. I'm living in a real life hot box. Oh no. I mean, now I can deal with that, man. Like I get a big box. I get a big box fan. I can sleep through a box fan. Dude, I used to live in a garage, man. When my mom had this house in Hollywood down by the beach, it was like the shittiest house on the best neighborhood. Like you ever seen like those houses that are like $1 million homes like near the beach and they have like 6 stories and all this other shit. They got like 6 swimming pools. And then you got the little servant's house like right in the middle. That like really shitty. That's like with overgrown everything. That was the house I lived in and it had no AC. And my mom's like, oh, you can have the garage. And so I slept in a hot ass garage for years and it sucked. But I can deal with that shit. Now there's a swamp outside in your pants.
Interesting.
Godspeed, Gabe. You got 10 Santa Maria's heat. Yeah, for sure. Santa Maria. Jay Bird says, I am the hood. Jay Bird, the one man army peace god.
Peace god. What's today's mathematics?
Big homies. The biggest mind blow to me is that people leave everything unlocked here. Yeah, I know. You talking about in Port St. Lucie? I don't understand that shit either. Like, there is crime. There are people that do some nefarious things. AD, you once thought no one would go in your car, but homeless people definitely went in both our cars.
Think he's projecting, dude?
Did that
No,
not
there
happen?
was something that went missing in my car, and I was like, somebody went in my car. But also, like, what handle was broken on one side? Like, it's a hassle to get in the car. I didn't want to get in the car. I had to. Thank God for my new car.
Let's see. Chat Mom says we have to walk a mile to bring our trash to the road. Okay.
Jesus.
That sounds horrific.
Not fun.
That sounds like trash ain't going out anytime soon. Jay Birdie says people unlock stuff used to be real profitable for me.
This is good.
Jay Birdie. That's right. Llama never lacking. Don't test me. Let's see. Homie, when I was in Philly, people stole my roommate's car, and then once someone broke in and stole my other roommate's change in New Jersey lotto tickets.
What?
Damn.
In Philly,
right there.
took the lotto tickets too, just in case.
You see a lot of tickets just sitting there, and be like, all right, take those two. Take those.
Take those two. It's for New Jersey. Take them. You never
We
know.
might win.
Yeah, I'm good.
Jimmy used to steal snacks. Oh, shit.
Hit the pantry immediately.
Gabe still gets yelled at by his mom on stream.
That has happened recently.
Oh, did it?
Yes.
Oh, that's content gold right there.
Mhm.
Dog, I spent the
I think
Christmas
Gabe
up
getting
in-
yelled at anything is content.
Oh yeah. I mean, I sit there and watch, and I'm wondering what his reaction is going to be because it's so interesting. Let's see. Big Homie says, "Dog, I spent Christmas up in is it Copper Mountain in Colorado? Shit was lit, but you are locked the f down if it snows." Oh yeah, okay. All right. Again, snow. I've never seen snow.
That's crazy to me.
Is it?
Not.
I've tried to
Not
see
really.
snow. I've tried to
Not-
get places where there's
yeah.
snow, but I just never seen it.
Not really, just because like honestly, we never went up north or anything, or like I didn't move to like states that snowed. Like, cause where I lived in Texas, it snowed for like a day, so it was just like circumstances, you know. Like we drove to New York and it was like wintertime, but it didn't snow. We were in Massachusetts, didn't snow. On our way back to Florida, though, I think we were like in like some random like Virginia or something. I don't even know if it's Virginia, but just say that for the story. And it snowed on our way back, and it was just like that was the first time we ever seen snow. Like, yo, look, it's snowing. Like, this is what snow. The whole time we're in like New York and Massachusetts, they're like, yo, snow is coming. They're telling us, and it never happened till on our way back. But then again, you know, like I lived in New York, in Texas, it snowed. Now I live here, so like I've seen it, and I kind of just been like, yeah, like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, I miss the beaches.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I love them. You know, and people like wonder what if I've traveled because I never seen snow. No, I didn't travel. I was freaking illegal for I don't know how many years in this country. So like I never left like my city. And then when I did leave and finally was legal enough to travel, I traveled to warm places like the Caribbean. I think I've been to Texas, but like in the middle of summer. That's about it. Like I don't go anywhere else. I went to New York and I tried to see snow and there was no snow. It was just really cold and rainy, which sucked. But let's see. Jane, someone stole my weed pipe and Ray-Ban case. Okay. Let's see. I had my Harley out in the open for months and no one snatched it.
Well, you also
Yeah,
have to walk a mile to take your trash out, so
Right.
I don't think
right.
anybody saw it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like putting $20 in my backyard. Be like, no one stole my $20. Nobody can find that shit. Same thing with your Harley. Nobody knows it's there. God, AT's the biggest puss in the snow.
Don't like
Is
it.
that
Yes. I don't want to drive. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying home. I'm calling off work for show. And they know I'm calling off work. It snows, they're like, he's not coming. He's not coming.
You know, my work, they don't want to get grumpy when it gets cold because I'm like miserable. Like I'll show up in like my jacket and like my like a skull cap or something. And be like, oh, he's cold, and I hate it. I'm like, ugh, it's fucking cold. I can't stand this shit. And then they're like, damn. I'm like, I really hate cold. I really do. But you guys can go sledding in our yard. Okay.
That'd be fun.
Jimmy's controller smells. Okay.
Oh, here it goes.
Oh, here you go. We're gonna go back and forth in the chat here. Never really agreed with doing drugs in the woods with other men at AD. Oh dear God.
I mean, you probably never had the opportunity to do any drugs with anybody. So sorry. And also, you know, when I am off drugs, my first thought is like, hey, there's other men here. Let me touch them. Like, that's not my first thought. So
No, of
sorry,
course, of
sorry
course.
you feel that way, Gabe. Nothing wrong with that though.
No, not if you're into that. It's okay. All of Jimmy's hoodies are bearskin. We got Funsky 40 says, hey guys. Funsky, welcome, sir. Jane says the smoked meth out those lotto tickets because the roll alone to get to Jersey to cash them voided them out. Oh, the tolls alone. It's like the roll.
The roll. What do you know about rolling for crack hits?
We're getting into deep conversations about people's lives here. Let's see. Jay Birdie says there's almost medication / firearms in my car, so I try to remember to lock it. Okay. And Gabe says, and snacks. That's where the bears come in.
Yep.
They can smell the snacks. Gabe's not good at any video game ever. Let's see. Jimmy's an internet thug. Okay. Funsky 40. Can you guys do some movie watch-alongs? It'll be fun. It'll be so much fun. Or maybe hold a watch party with Amazon Prime Videos.
That'd be fun.
I think we talked about doing a watch along for some of the movies that you guys have seen that I haven't seen. I think Malibu's Most Wanted was the one you guys want to do like together. But
watching on stream would be dope too.
Yeah. Well, we talked about doing those watch. I mean, I've seen watch alongs, and I honestly, if we build up a base, and this is honestly Funsky, if we build up a base of people who really want to do it, like a good core, I think we can do it. But like sometimes when I watch some streamers who do watch alongs, it's like 4 or 5 people looking at each other and then just making a comment every couple of minutes, and it's not as fun. But in Discord or other types of environments, we might be able to do something like that. So
I was about to say we do watch alongs with our UFC fight parties and think about those. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah, but I think what people mostly do on YouTube world is they will put the timer up and they will just watch and talk through it, which is fun. It's interactive, but I like to be able to see what you're seeing, and that's kind of the fun part. So yeah, maybe if we have some more people, but that's a great suggestion, Funsky. Thank you. Jay Birdie says here, Gabe's mom would yell at him for doing drugs. Any mom should yell at you for doing the drugs. Gabe says Jimmy wears socks at the beach. You know what? I can see that.
I wear socks at the beach as well.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
I got sensory issues, man. I can't be wearing socks or anything. I wear flip flops and whatnot, but like
I wear fucking full on shoes.
But do you put the socks back on and the shoes back on after you were in the beach in the water and everything?
Yeah, because I clean my feet off, Llama. There's literally hoses. You can clean your feet off and then wipe it with a towel. You're Gucci.
Dude, man, that's that.
One thing I hate. One thing when I growing up, obviously I'm from Florida, so like I had a lot of experience at the beach, and there was a point in my life where I declined going to the beach because I went to the beach so much. I hate sand, so I'm taking as much sand off of me as possible. Like I don't like going into the water and then coming out and being sandy. I don't like walking the walkway past the showers to get in the car sandy. You know, I've done all of it. Been to the beach so much, you know what I mean? I'm like, nah. So like any chance I can wipe the sand off, I'm wiping it off, and I'm drying myself. I'm getting back normal.
Like that's literally the worst part of going to the beach. It's like
100%.
That whole cleanup phase, like oh God, like I'm thinking about it right now. I'm getting disgusted. I'm like, you know, that's why I asked you, like, do you put your shoes back on? Because that's why I wear the sandals, is I can wet them down and get in my car with like minimal sand. But I hate that feeling. I hate the feeling of the sand on you. I hate when you come out of the water, it's in your shorts or something. It's like, oh,
I got a backpack, put my shoes in the backpack. You know what I mean? Like I make sure we good. Like I've been to the beach enough. I know what I need, and I need to get out of there as least sandy as possible. I mean, now that I'm away from it and I'm in a different area, like I miss it. And like even going to the beach, like I just like indulged in like the beach atmosphere. I was sandy. Like I'm like, but even after that, I'm like, yo, if I come back this week, I'm cleaning myself off because that it's not fun.
Yeah. Oh.
It's,
Let's see. Chat Mom says, I'm white trash. I know enough.
she says that at least once a stream.
Exactly. Hercules makes a recommendation here. It says we can all watch Sharknado on Twitch as a family and see cinematic gold. Yeah, I like that. I want to watch a movie that I don't have to like focus on too much and just have fun, like enjoy it. You know, like I can yell shit at the screen. Whenever we're doing like a watch along, that's what I'm looking for in the title. Don't give me like a serious movie where we got to pay attention, because then I get pissed at people talking. Actually, I had to say that as a disclaimer on my thing. I was like, I know it's counterintuitive, but I'm gonna talk through the whole movie. And they're like, and I'm like, I hate people who do
that. I don't like when they do that.
but you know what I watched? I watched this because I'm always watching other streamers when they get interviewed. So I watched one of my favorite streamers get interviewed in a really shitty interview. Not her, but the guy doing the interview. He just missed his whole opportunity. But anyway, he asked her, like, do you talk normally through the movies? Because the reactors do it. And she's like, oh no, I hate that shit. She's like, I can't stand people talking through the movie. And if you're talking next to me, I'm going to say something to you. And he's like, isn't it weird that you're doing it through movies? He's like, yeah, that's a really hard thing for me to do, is talk through the movie, and knowing, because I have to entertain people and do it through the reaction. But I'm the same way. It's hard. Although what I find myself doing now, and I don't even try, I'm not trying to do it, but I'm watching a show or I'm watching a thing, and now I'm starting to do the YouTube thing. I'm starting to be like, guys, you see that? That shit's crazy, right? Like insane. Like, oh, like I'm talking to the people on my stream or my recording. So, and they're like, stop talking already.
Nah, you need to do that. Like, I don't have that problem though. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because like the way I like ingest movies and like look up spoil. Like, I already know so much about the movie that like if somebody's talking to me about a movie, like if I'm watching it with a girl or like anybody, if I'm watching with anybody and they start talking to me about the movie, I'm gonna give my points about the movie, because 9 times out of 10, any movie I kind of know a little bit about, especially if it's gonna be a big movie that they've talked about coming out for years. I already know like a lot of things. So it's like, I don't know, like I don't find that hard, but I understand what you're saying, because like some people just don't want to talk through the movies, you know? And like even me, like some movies I don't want to talk to, but I will.
Well, it just depends. Like if you ask a quick question, I'm okay with that. Like if we're sitting there watching a movie with a couple of friends and they're like, hey, isn't that the detective that we saw earlier? And you'd be like, yeah, that's the detective. That's suitable. But if you weren't fucking paying attention to the movie and you were on your phone the whole time and you want me to explain now why the detective has the car and why he has the suspect, I'm gonna look at you like I'm a little bit pissed, because I'm like seriously, you weren't watching this shit? Like you have to ask me now? Like that's the shit that pisses me off. Pay attention to that shit. Anyway, let me get through the chat, because we have some people that has some things down there. It says Big Homie says AD hates the beach more than the snow. Is that true?
Nah, I hate the snow more. I can tolerate the beach, but that, like I said, there was a time, because I like my mom, any off day, any weekend, she's going to the beach. Her and my sister are going to the beach. They get in the tan. You know what I mean? Like anytime. And then they bought a boat. And then I think we talked about this. Like I started getting serious with baseball, and there was like a time where it was like, I'd rather be at the baseball field than go to the beach with you guys. I don't want to get sandy. You know what I mean? Like I would like make any excuse to not go. Like I don't want to go. So like, I guess you can say that just because there's a bigger, like a test pool for it. But how I feel with snow is like, I'm not like, it snows. I'm like, I don't want to leave. Like I don't want to go outside. I just want to play video games, order DoorDash, and I'm chilling. You know what I mean? So
I'm with you. Cold weather. I'm in. I'm
not a cold guy unless I'm going to sleep. Unless I'm going to sleep, it's like 62 and then we're good. But if it's like I have to like live outside, like
no way. Now, Chat Mom says she also hates Stan.
I respect that.
Hercules says this guy hates sand. Yeah.
It's not a good time.
AD hates wholesome things like the beach. That's not wholesome. I mean,
Roman just hates being good at shit.
Oh shit. Big homie, the only beach cleanup is a shower, no substitutions.
He's not wrong.
No,
I mean, no matter how much you clean up at the beach, you gotta take a shower after. Like it's just a fact. But there's very much things you can do to make sure you're not going in the car as sandy as possible. Because some people don't clean themselves off. That's another thing you notice. Some people just don't give a fuck about the sand. And they just get in the car. It's like, bro, it's sandy, bro. Like
you're a savage.
You don't feel weird. Like
you are demonic. Like what possesses a person to do some shit like that?
You gotta pray to God, baby. Let me knock on your door.
Clean that shit up. Clean that
for
shit
real.
Up. Let's see. Herc and I talk through every movie. You would hate us.
But see, like, I mean, maybe you, but like, I respect that they have that dynamic where they can talk through movies, because some people, like, I've had relationships where like the girl doesn't talk through the movie and we just watch the movie. I've had relationships where I have to like explain the movie, or have relationships where like we conversate back and forth about the movie. I prefer the conversation back and forth personally. Like if we're just sitting there and then we talk after the movie, it's like we miss the whole experience. Like, I don't know, even in the theaters, like sometimes I'll be like, yo, like what was that? And, you know, we'll have a little side conversation. We'll get back because, you know, people in the theater, but
I think it depends. For me, it depends on the type of movie that we're watching. Like if it's a serious film, let me be in my thoughts, let me be in my moment. But if it's a comedy or something ridiculous, yeah, I'll talk through it and I'll, you know, chat. But like it depends. It really does depend on the movie and what I'm watching, and do I have to pay attention? You know, like if it's some Mickey Mouse shit, then I'll be like, all right, no problem. You know, like, but if it's like a movie like Tenet, I have never seen it, but like there's shit going on there. Interstellar and all these other movies, which I have not seen any of them because I need to focus. Those scare me. I'm like, I need to focus. I need to pay attention. I don't want to miss anything. So if you're talking during that shit, man, I'm gonna be pissed. But yeah, I mean, if it's a fun movie.
Okay, so with that point, when we watched our two, you know, Back to the Future 2, go check those out on the Big Llama channel. When we watched those, I was talking a lot in the movie, but I was like, for content purposes, I was talking, but then I was also like, am I talking too much? So like in those moments, did you feel away, or you just like?
The reason we were doing it was for content. The reason we were watching it was to entertain other people watching us. And so you saying it out loud was necessary. If it was you and me watching this movie for no content purposes, you're talking the whole goddamn time, I'll be like, AD, shut the fuck up. I can't take you anymore. But for the purposes of what we were doing, yeah, it was fine. Trust me. Yeah, and trust me, I wouldn't, if I was watching any of these movies that I've watched on the channel, and nobody was around, and I wasn't doing it for the channel, it would be a silent adventure. It would just be like, you know, because I'm enjoying it, I'm ingesting it, I'm thinking the thoughts, but I don't need to say them out loud. So a big difference. But let's see, Funsky's got a recommendation. You're doing the Serbian film watch along. Nobody I think of did that, so you guys would be the first. Is that the name of the movie, the Serbian film, or a Serbian
or
film?
Serbian films in general?
Right. Again, let's see here. Here we go. Some heat thrown my way by Medium Llama here. It says, I noticed when the Big Llama watches shows that he starts talking or having an over-the-top reaction.
You know that he's doing too much.
This guy.
This guy, you, man. He watches you.
I'm glad he watches.
I'm glad he's in the chat right now. Honestly,
I know. Well, he's got no school, you know. He's just hanging out.
He's just figuring out life right now.
I think he starts next week, but like he can stay up as late as he wants. Let's see. James says, that's what I was saying. I love North Philly theaters and the random talking. So no.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I've never experienced a theater where I'm like they're talking behind me or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you'll hear like little chirps and stuff. But for the most part, I get locked into the movie, especially when I'm at the theaters. When I'm at the theaters, it's a different experience. Like I'm
Yeah.
locked in. And those are the times where I'm like the most quiet because I can't just turn around, just, spread my opinion. But I will say something like if I'm watching something with somebody next to me, I'm like, yo, this was a good part or whatever. But I don't ever have that experience where I feel like people are talking so loudly I can hear their conversations or anything. Like, honestly.
Well, I have a friend, and this is in my youth. So I think I was like 19 or 20 at the time. I had a friend of mine who we lived in Miami. After work, we'd go check out the latest movie. He was a big movie buff. I love movies, and we had a mutual friend at work, and so that's how I knew him. Man, we would go to the movies. He was the original. I'm telling you, he is the original movie reaction channel, but fucking live and in person. So we're sitting in the movie. We're watching the movie like the movie I think was the Vin Diesel movie, Pitch Black.
Mhm.
In the theater, we're watching it, and he's yelling things at the screen, and not even like stuff like to the movie. He's doing like his own comedy bit routine for 30 to 40 minutes.
That's too much.
He's like, it's pitch black. I can't see anything. And I'm like, shut up, dude. Like, I literally would crawl out of the theater. Like, this guy annoyed me so much. I love him. I love the guy. He's a nice guy, but man, he would do it every single like brand new movie would come out, and my buddy's like, oh, so and so Sally wants to go to this thing. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's go. So I make sure we sit in the back by the exit, and he starts doing his yelling thing, and I walk my ass out of there. And every single time, man, I'd be so pissed. But
he's the type of guy that will watch Endgame and be like, yo, fuck Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. He just wants to say the contrarian thing to just get you pissed off at the screen. He doesn't really love her. I'm like, oh, shut up. Man. Shut up.
That's funny though. That's funny.
It is funny.
You watch the Notebook. He's like, he doesn't really love her. Like, he might not, bro. You're just trying to get them cheeks. Be real.
She getting it on you. Like, oh, come on, man. Like, shut up.
This guy sounds like an AD stream with us playing COD.
If I could get him on, it'd be interesting. He's a character for sure. He's a character. Gabe says, AD, I don't like this hostility. He gives you a virtual hug.
There you go, buddy.
Let's see. Hercules says, I roast the actors and shot sequences, and Chat Mom critiques the artistic colors. I have seen you guys do that. Let's see. I've gotten in the car without washing the sand off before. You, my son, are a savage.
Come on, bro. We already said what we gotta say about you type of people. You
exactly.
people.
You people. Dirty ass. Wash this shit off.
Crazy. Whose car? Not your car, I guarantee.
I hope not. As he says, but Chat Mom will guess the plot in the first 15 minutes and try to see if she got it right. Oh God, is that like a wife thing? Because Mama Llama does the same damn thing. We'll sit down. Now here's what happens. I will go and watch these movies without her because she doesn't like going to the theater. She doesn't like doing. And then what we do is when it comes down to streaming or we buy the Blu-ray or whatever, we sit down with her and go, hey, we're going to watch this movie. And then she knows we've seen the movie, but within the first 10 minutes, she'll actually say exactly what's going to happen in the movie. And I'm like, I hate you right now, but I'm like, nah, I don't think that happens. So like we're watching, was it No Way Home or she's seen the preview for No Way Home and she's like, all of them are going to show up anyway, right? I'm like, okay, that's it. We're not watching this movie. Why are we watching this? Don't they just kill this guy off in the next 20 minutes? No, they don't. All right, we're done. Thanks.
I just hit him with you seen a movie before, huh? Just keep watching.
Chamo says, I always guess the plot 5 minutes and then halfway point, we see if I'm right. Just enjoy the movie. Just enjoy the movie. Oh, let's see. She says she's right 90% of the time. It's my only skill in life.
I think another skill is being trash and white. Say that at least once a episode. So we gotta
stream.
We gotta experience. We gotta make sure you're good. I would like to do this because I've never seen it, but it's a commitment because it's fucking 10 hours long.
I would, it's a 3-hour commitment, but I would love to bring Birdie on this journey with you because I think the Goombas of gaming would definitely enjoy having some discussion on that for sure.
Yeah. I feel like me and Birdie, we definitely the GOGs.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the brand.
You guys got to do that. Let's see. No, I saw Harry Potter, and this woman had the best moments. She made the movie better. When Ron is in the hospital, she wigged out, yelling, "Oh, oh, honey, he didn't say your name. He said Hermione. Bye." Yeah, some people will add to it. Some people will add to it, but for sure. Let's see. Hercules says, I saw Alvin and the Chipmunk sequel in the theater, and the family in front of me was insistent the female chipmunk was Beyonce.
Yo. No, that's Beyonce for sure. No, yo, no, that's Queen Bee, baby. Hey, Beehive. You start hearing random stuff like that. Like, what?
Oh God, they parodied her song, but that was not Beyonce.
Hey, Bruce.
What's up, Bruce? Welcome to the show, sir. Big homie with the boo. I don't know why. Let's see. Amen, AD. Let's see. It's my identifier.
Listen, you're in the streams enough. I gotta respect you. Yeah, I'm not calling you trash white, but you call yourself that. I respect it. Yeah, I'll make sure everybody knows.
Medium Llama wants to say, I will totally sit down to watch The Godfather again. Yeah, this is one of his favorites. I would that and Goodfellas, and we watched Godfather 2 and 3. But I think he prefers Goodfellas over Godfather, I think.
Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's just a commitment. It's like if you really sit down to that movie, that's a 3 hour.
Yeah,
you ain't doing
nothing. That's the thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Becoming friends with Bird, he's taught me a lot about like mostly two things. I mean, we have like common things that we fuck with, but in terms of like what he's taught me is wrestling and mafia stuff, like mafia documentaries, mafia movies, the meaning of some stuff. That's why the Goombas game is just hilarious because like he's taught me all this stuff, but like I'm not gonna sit down and watch The Godfather by myself. Like, there's no part of me that like, as much as he tells me how great the movie is and like he's explaining scenes to me and like plot detail, I don't care about that stuff. So I'm like, I like it anyways. Like, I like when people tell me about like what it is because it intrigues me, and it does. But it's like, it's 3 hours. Like, I'm not gonna spend, I'm not gonna roll 3 blunts and smoke it and watch the God. Like, that's just not what I'll play video games or like watch my shows or something. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So like, if we did it for content, I will commit the time to sit down and watch it and like do it for content. But I'm not. Personally, I'm not doing the Godfathers or the Goodfellas either.
And what's funny is that's the danger of introducing somebody to something that you love is and that's, again, I think that's why reaction channels are pretty popular, because you want to see somebody have either the same reaction that you did or have similar thoughts. So bringing a friend to watch a movie that you like absolutely love is a danger, because if you sit down for 3 hours and you're like, like you're gonna like piss off that person, like, especially if that's like their all-time favorite movie, or if that's like the thing that they swear by. Like when I tell people that one of my all-time favorite movies is Scarface, knowing that the movie itself, to me, it isn't mid, but it's not like the cinematic masterpiece that people like. Like if you tell me that Scarface is like the greatest cinematic movie that's ever been put on film, I'm gonna call bullshit. Like, I enjoy it because for different aspects, and it is my favorite movie, but I will recognize that is not the best movie that's ever been made. Like, that's just it's a good movie in my opinion, but shit, there are 100 other movies that have gotten my attention better than that one. But there are things that I'm drawn to because of because I've seen
like
it
you explained it too, just in general, like.
Yeah,
you grew up in that area. You felt it. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing with like the beginning of our show tonight. And, I'm like defending like You Got Served. It's like, I love Hardball, and I realize Hardball is a better movie, but I feel more when I watch You Got Served because it just feels realer to me in terms of like the homies, like, you know what I mean? Like, things I grew up in, things that I seen like personally. The song choices were better for me. So it's just like, so like I get what you're saying. Like, you just have movies that hit you in that time. It's the same thing with songs, albums, all that. They hit you in that time.
Yeah. So Medium Llama says here, Goodfellas, then Godfather 2, and then Casino. Okay. Okay. So that's and that was the thing. That was the danger I had, or the fear I had introducing him and Little Llama to The Godfather was like, this is a 3-hour epic. Like, are they going to? Is they going to feel what I feel or understand it the way I do? And I don't think they understand it the way I do, but they enjoyed it so much so that we watched The Offer. We watched all of the stuff that comes. We watched documentaries on it, so I know that they enjoy it, but I was scared. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna like this. Now when they liked the first one, I think it was The Godfather, I brought in Goodfellas right away. I was like, oh, you gotta watch Goodfellas. And now you gotta sit down and watch Casino. And we've got to watch this. And so like I immersed them into that world real quick and they loved it. So I was like, oh yes, I've done something right in my life.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it's hard because like I'll joke around with Big Homie a lot, but I'll like tell Big Homie about like a song or album or something, right? And like I don't know if he's busy or what. Like he just doesn't listen to what I say, and then like 3 months later he'll listen to the same song and be like, "Yo, you heard this? It's hard." I'm like, "Bruh, like I told you that months ago, you know." But like I get what you're saying. You kind of feel like, damn, like you feel a little slighted, but then it's also like you understand what I'm saying though. Like it really is good. Like I'm not telling you. Like I know what Big Homie likes, so I'm not gonna like tell him unless it's like some like obscure thing where I'm like I need to know his opinion because like do I just like it because I like it, or is it actually like objectively good? And he'll tell me, you know, he'll be honest. Like if he listens to something, he'll tell me his honest opinion. But it's just like sometimes it'll be like months before he listens to whatever I tell him or watch whatever, and he'd be like, "Yo, that's fire." I'm like, bruh. Like I mean, think about like Power, right? Like I told you about Power. I told him about. He still hasn't watched it, but I know when he watches it, it's gonna hit him because he's gonna be like, "Oh, yo, this show's actually fire." Because everybody I know who watches Power is like, "Oh, wait, it's actually fire. Like this show's actually top tier." So it's just funny.
I learned not to doubt you guys' opinions on things because some of the stuff you guys have introduced me to has been great. So trust me, I will not doubt that. But you know, again, that's why I'm afraid sometimes. Like, oh, you got to check this out. I love this, and then I'm like, wait a second, will they like it? Is it going to be the same reaction?
Yeah.
Like I had that fear with You Got Served. I'm like, these guys are like, you got to see this. It's going to be a great movie. You're going to cry, and I'm like, okay. And then I did my review. I did my review without thinking about you guys. I was like, you know, let me just give my honest thoughts. And I realized I went on a 4-minute, not rant, but I just kind of did a 4-minute breakdown of what I saw in the movie. And it's what we talked about, which is I said, pick a lane, da da da. And then after, as I'm editing that piece, I'm like, damn, what is AD gonna think about my review? Is he gonna? I didn't shit all over his movie, but I'm not gushing about it. But at the end, I said it was a good movie. I had a good time, but I had this little nitpick on it.
But at the end of the day, too, the movie came out in like 2005, so it was like,
yeah,
it's just a different time. Like when I saw it, you got to think too. Like when we saw it, we were all young, so it's like a different experience. We were all young, growing up in hip hop. We were seeing dance, like you know what I mean. Like these are like. We've seen Step Up. We've seen Bring It On. And this was like the hood version of that. So for us, it's like it connects with us in a different way. It's the same thing with like Malibu's Most. I mean, you know, when I tell you about Malibu's Most Wanted or like the white chicks when I like berailed you for like missing all the like key. I'm like, yo, you cut out all the good parts. All the parts we talk about, you cut out. So like when I saw that review of you, I was like, oh, it was a different time when that movie came out. And the jokes hit a little bit better because it was just more close to the time itself. It's like with anything, you see a couple years, I mean, even songs, like the beat's not as good as it could have been when you first heard it in 2009 or you know, whatever. It's just like when time passes, things elevate and you kind of see the flaws in it a little bit easier as more time passes.
No, you're right. Stomp the Yard and You Got Served.
Stomp the Yard too, bro. Stomp the Yard's another one.
But you know what I realized too is like there like I think it's so true what you're saying because there are songs that I've revisited that I thought were like complete fire. I was like, oh man, this is the greatest song. You got to hear this. I play it for Little Llama, and the beat hits, but to me, it didn't hit the same way it did back in 1995 or whatever it is when I heard it. And I'm just like, oh, it's a good song. It's a good, like it's different. But I did realize something because Team America World Police and this movie both came out in 2004. And I'm trying to think of like where was I in 2000 because there and I think I've said this before, but
It's one of the Red Sox, won the World Series, dude. I remember.
right.
I remember that year. I was like, well, "What's going on? These guys might win."
but starting in 2003, and that's when Medium Llama was born, right?
Mhm.
And so
In 2003.
2003.
Nice.
So what happened is I stopped doing the younger things that I used to do, like going to the movies and doing, like watching pop culture type things. And my whole life was consumed with this baby. So I noticed that I've missed so much stuff between 2003 to like almost 2010 or 12 because that moment, that like span of time was so consumed, right? And then Little Llama came 4 years after that. So like my whole world was like kids movies and dumb shit. So now I'm like, why didn't I see Team America? Like this is a movie I would have watched. I watched Bring It On 100 freaking times. Why wouldn't I have seen You Got Served or Stomp the Yard or Honey? Why wouldn't I have seen all of these things? And that's what happened. It's just like my life stopped and something else took over.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't until they got a little bit older, 2010, 2012, when I was like,
How
okay,
old were you
when
when you had Junior Llama?
Shoot, I was like 22, 23, maybe.
Jeez, you were young. See, like
Yeah.
I look at like my mom. My mom had me like at 18, had my sister probably like 22. And then I'm 29 right now. And I'm like, bro, like if I would have had kids, like, would I be able to like I wouldn't have thought about like what I'm doing now in terms of streaming, building a computer, I wouldn't even have thought about that if I had a kid at such a young age. So it's like, I mean, like you said, it kind of warps you in terms of like you just find what's important for you. And you
Right.
do that. And it's the same thing with like even like being 29 and like liking hip hop or loving hip hop, growing up in hip hop, really wanting to talk about hip hop. But like there's some times where I talk to like Gabe or like there's artists I don't know about, now I'm very good at keeping up with pop culture, keeping up with what's new, what's relevant, but I feel myself like starting not to care about certain things and like
Yeah.
certain trends. And it's just like natural because I'm getting older. It doesn't hit me the same. But it's like, as somebody who wants to like take this for the next 10 plus years and talk about certain topics, I have to like very much so be relevant with this. I think about that too, with like Charlemagne and like you can hear like when the SoundCloud rappers, you can see when their age started like hitting them. Like you can see in like content where it's like, oh, like you were all about underground hip hop, and then like there was like a switch where it's like that music just wasn't for you, or you weren't feeling the music. You got older, you had more kids, or whatever life threw at you. It just happens in terms of like growing up, I guess, because like even now, like I feel it like with music shows. You know what I mean? You could see like when I was younger, I loved the teeny bop, like the high school type shows where it was like my situation. But now that I'm getting older, it's like I'm so far removed from that. It's like, oh, it doesn't hit me the same. I don't care about teenage drama the same.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and then I felt like embarrassed. Like, oh, I like High School Musical, and I'm like, well, my kids are watching, and like, but I'm enjoying this. And what's funny is I can tell in my DVD collection when my kids were born because what you see is like the Wiggles and all these Disney movies and the Pixar movies. Like that's like the bulk of my collection early on. Like early on was like you can even see it. Next time you're in town, I'll show you. There's like a whole section. I've got The Godfather, I got Scarface, I got all these movies, these older movies that I loved. Even like Anchorman and all these things that came out around that time. Like they were hardcore, the American what is it, American Pie and all this, like the raunchy, like, type comedies. I have all these, and all of a sudden that's it. Like it just stops. And then all of a sudden, like my entire DVD shelf is full of Veggie Tales, the Wiggles, and Yo Gabba Gabba, all this shit. And it's just like, it's weird how your life flashes and changes. But now the good thing is the kids are older, they're more into the hip hop now. So I stay relevant in that stuff because they're like, Dad, check out this track. Hey, check out this guy. He just dropped this new album. I have no idea what, Little Skinny Elbow is, whoever the fuck his name is. But they will show me, hey, check this out. And then I'll be like, oh, I like that. I like that. And then you talk about one of these guys, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm still here. I'm still, and I still love the music, though. I still do love the music, but yeah,
I feel like I learned that young when it came to like music in general, just music, because like I understood, like, you know me, like I don't go back before I was born unless like something enthralls me to do that. But there was very much a time where I was like, this is the hip hop I'm growing in, I'm growing up in, and I'm gonna defend it to anybody. And I remember one specific conversation with my dad's, like my real dad's brother, my uncle, and we had like an actual like a hip hop conversation. I was like old enough. I was already like a couple years, like, Googling my own stuff, watching videos. Like I was like in it. And he was like, and I remember I used to tell people, like when I first heard Drake, I was like, Drake's the one. Like, I don't know what it was about him, but I was like, this guy's going to be the next one. I remember telling Big Homie that. It was just like, he just looked at me like, oh, we'll see. You know what I mean? Like, because we've seen so many like artists and stuff. But I remember having this conversation with my uncle, the same talk. It was like, Drake's going to be the guy. Like, people respect Lil Wayne. And I remember he was like, Lil Weasel? You think we respect Lil Weasel? And he said that. And I was like, and in that moment, I was like, oh, you just out of touch. Like in my head, I was like, the immediate was like, you're out of touch and you don't see what's going on with hip hop, but we'll find out in a couple years. You know what I mean? And then like, I remember like a couple years after that, we're like, Drake's the biggest artist in the world. Wayne went to jail, but like Wayne was at the top of the game when he went to jail. And I was like, remember when you said that Lil Weasel comment? Like, I told you this was happening. You know what I mean? Like the youth, like hip hop, like somebody said earlier, is like the hip part of hip hop is the youth. And it's like, it's true. Like the young kids are gonna know what the sound is, the sound that's making them feel, and it's just that's what's gonna take over through the years, and you're gonna start seeing. And if you really love hip hop, you kind of expand with it. Like, I mean, you see the people who like the DJ premieres and like these old heads that are still in the game making music that is still working is because they're learning from everything now. They're not just stuck in their old time. They're not just stuck in their frame of mind and stuff. So.
Yeah, no, that's why like one of the newer guys who I enjoy a lot is Young Gravy, and like I'm like, I would have never listened to this dude, and then there's other guys that I'm listening to now that I don't think I would ever have exposure to if it wasn't for my kids. But again, I'm open minded about it too. I'm like, some stuff I'm like, nah, that's trash. I don't like that. But for the most part, I'm coming at it with an open mind and saying, you know what? Let me hear this out. Let me see what this is about. Listening to it, I'm like, all right, I like that. I can mess with that. I like this. But yeah, man, it's again, it's crazy how this gap happened for me. So I noticed it in this these last two reactions.
This last week where you're watching the reaction. I mean, it makes sense though. Honestly, it makes sense. Like, if he was born in 2003, like you're gonna miss a lot of irrelevant things. Again,
your focus changes. Your focus shifts to something else. So.
Thank God I ain't never having kids, baby, because I'm on top of my game for the rest of my life.
You will be, yes.
Brown Howard Stern, baby. Talking about everything.
Let's see. Gabe says, I feel like music is different. There is some music, in my opinion, is timeless.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
yeah, 100%. there's some tracks that are just classic tracks, but honestly, like it happens every generation. It's like, oh, I remember my day. The songs I played were way better. They had better beats, and that type of shit.
To his point, though, right? Like the timeless aspect of music is when all generations, like what was it this weekend? Oh, when I went to Colorado Springs yesterday, and I was hanging out with like some friends from like they were from Florida and stuff, like some homies from like back in the day, and they all moved out here, and I finally like went to go visit them. We're just, they're grilling, we're drinking, we're watching, we're smoking, just listening to like a little bit of older songs. And you can see like when a song hits and it's timeless, quote unquote, you see everybody, the young, the little babies bobbing their heads. You see everybody. But if a song you feel is timeless and then you look around, you're like, that's one thing I do very well. Like I observe like what music does to people. It's just something I always done. Like, like freestyle. We talked about this like last week.
Oh yeah.
Freestyle only hits some people, the people that like grew up around it, and it's like they probably hated it when they were younger, when their parents played it all the time. But like when they get older, they respect it for what the music is, And it's the same thing with like timeless music. Like you'll see when a song is timeless because everybody at the function is bopping their head. Everybody knows the song. You know what I mean? But if it's not timeless, like you'll know, like the younger kids don't give a F if the song's playing or not. And the older heads will be like bobbing, like, yo, I remember that, like you said, like I remember this time, but like it's not timeless unless everybody in the party is going.
Yeah, no, and like with You Got Served, when Fat Man Scoop was in, I was like, everybody gotta love Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah.
Like he gets the party hype, it's a hype song, whatever it is.
And they start the movie out with that too.
Right. Which I was like, oh, I'm here. And like it, so there's things like that I think are just timeless. And I agree, but again, I'm glad I have a link to the new stuff because otherwise I'd be like those old heads, be like, I don't know what that is. That's crap, that type of thing.
I feel like you're in the generation though where you kind of, how do I say this? Like, I feel like generations before you, you know what I mean? Like even like some of your generation kind of very hard headed about what they like. They're very set on their ways and what you're like. But you personally, like me talking to you, obviously what you do with us in Blackout, like the way you interact with us, like to me, you have like you said, you have an open mind, and that's the difference between what you got. Because like I said, there's people in my family where I'm like telling them like, this is the next music up. These are the guys. Like I'm like breaking it down the same way I break down movies now or whatever. The same way I have conversations now. I was like that as a young kid because I always had like my own opinions on stuff. Like I never like try to follow people's opinion. Like I'll listen and I'll like form my own. So I always was like arguing with people like, yo, this is it. And they're like, nah. But I could see now it's kind of changing. Like with our generation, like we're kind of getting a little bit, even my generation, there's still people like stuck in their ways, but you can see like it's changing. Like even Gabe has to tell me sometimes like, yo, just get out of your way, or like just listen, like don't be that way. And it's like, it's true. It's like sometimes I just gotta listen to what he's saying. I might not like it for me, but I gotta understand just in the grand scheme of things and what music is and like how it's evolving. I gotta understand what it is, And there was a big time where I was like very against mumble rap and like I hated the Migos and like Future and all these people. But then when I really listened to them, like, oh no, they're singing about the times that I'm living through. It's like I'm tripping. Like I can't be all boom bap. I can't be all just lyrical miracle all the time. Like I gotta expand my horizon, And then growing up, I love people like Uncle Luke and like that Miami sound. So I was like, it's the same thing. It's just evolved in a different way,
I mean, when Uncle Luke came out, he was the mumble rap of the time. Like people were like, it's a fad. He's talking about nonsense. It's so stupid. And he did. He talked about some dumb shit sometimes, but it was the sound that made your ass move. It was the sound that he developed. And it's still to this day, you put an Uncle Luke song, the entire wedding party is gonna throw down. So it's so again, styles change, people change, and people. But you're right. I approach almost everything that I look at with an open mind. Like there's some things that in my brain I'm like I don't mess with that, but I'll still give it a shot. Right? I'll still listen and I'll see what's going on. But all right, now I don't want us to get derailed by I don't know if you saw what's happening in the chat.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're gonna come at the chat, Bruce, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. So enjoy the ass whooping that you're receiving on the chat. I don't want to like entertain this nonsense that you're.
I do gotta say something. He definitely found out about. He saw Tony Ferguson talk about I'm gonna ankle pick you sometime, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna tell the chat that." But hey, thank you for coming, Bruce. Whatever. You have half of the chat blocked because you're a vagine. But thank you for showing up
and listen, Bruce. If you want to come and bring the fire, bro, you're gonna fucking get it here on this channel. So enjoy it. Anyway, let's continue on with our discussion. Chat mom says here, I had my oldest when I was 23, but I raised all my siblings. Anyway, it didn't feel much different for me. Definitely got difficult being away and by myself with 3 kids under 4. It's wild. So yeah, man, your life experiences dictate sort of how you get exposed to pop culture. So man, I should do a whole series on that, man. That'd be fun. Let's see. Just trying to see what else we got here. So let's see. So maybe Disney movies on the 4 years for me too. Dino documentaries, Moana on repeat every day. That's what I couldn't understand about kids. And I think I was the same way as a kid because I had the same VHS tape that I burned over and over again. like they watch the same shit over and over again, the same damn show, the same damn movie on repeat. I don't understand it.
You know what I think it is? Because these are thoughts I've had personally, because I've seen a lot of things a lot. And the way I watch things, like even like me joking about like how I watched the Vampire Diaries back to back, like that stems from my childhood. Like I would watch things so much. But I think as a kid, you see something that makes you feel something, whether it's happy, sad, mad, even like the Scream series. Like I was scared, but I felt it. And it till this day, I look up like the new Scream, like the most recent Scream, looking up the spoilers. Like when I was a kid, I was terrified, but it made me feel something. So it stayed with me for the rest of my life, and I just like search for it in a weird way. So I think like anything, if it makes your kid feel something, they're gonna want to watch it again because they felt that feeling the first. It's like getting your first high or your first time you get drunk and you're like, I'm chasing that first time. You know, that's how I look at it personally. Like in my head, I've thought about this for sure. Like, why did I watch so many things so many times? Like, you know, we had like my parents owned the gas station and we had like a VHS TV in the back. We could watch like some kind of cable. It was like all the judge shows. Like me and my sister would watch all the judge shows early, and then they would play like on Saturdays they would play like Yu-Gi-Oh and those kind of things, or like Power Rangers or whatever. But then we would have like 10 DVDs or videos or whatever it was at the time, and it was like 5 were mine, 5 were hers, and we would just cycle through them and we would just watch them all over. And it was like every time I watched it, I never felt different about it. I was just like, oh, like I feel the same. Like, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I'm with you. And like I said, I don't know. Like there was just movies like I watched on repeat, but I don't know why I watched them. Now I know what gives me the vibes now is the memories that I have when I saw those movies. So like now it's different. I'm older. I'm reflecting on my life, and I'm thinking, oh, I remember this movie because such and such was with me, or I remember watching it with this person. So it's different for me now. But I get it. I get what you're saying. Is like, you watch that movie and you're like, damn, I love this movie. And then you get the same feeling every time. Never Ending Story was that for me because I had that video on repeat.
But I think, everything we talked about this past like 30 minutes is like the music that made you feel. That's always going to stick with you. You're always going to be like, you're always going to remember, like, I mean, Good Kid, Mad City. I remember that was like my first time of freedom where I was just driving around whenever I wanted, or like Drake's Take Care. Like these were albums I bought. And I was just driving around the city, going on dates with girls, hanging out with my homies, going to the mall every day, like just doing dumb stuff. And those were the things I wrote out to. And it's like every time I listen to them, I get that same feeling. Or like, if you're reading This Is Too Late, when I was in New York and it's snowing and I'm riding the train and I'm listening to the same songs every day, like I feel what it was like being on the train, going to school and seeing the snow and seeing the city and being like, bro, I'm from Florida. Like, this is crazy to me. Like that feeling of what I get. So it's like we all chase the feelings. We all get that, you know. I don't know. It's just a human nature. Like we see what gravitates towards us, and we try to hold on to that feeling as long as we can.
No, I'm with you, man. And so I love this talk, man. I love this kind of stuff, man. Jane says here, wait, someone's name is really Little Skinny Elbow. No, I was just making that up.
I'm pretty sure it's Skinny for the 9. But you know, Llama's old.
I'm sure. Oh my god, yeah, I was just making that up because like there's some ridiculous names, but you know, let's see. Anything else in the chat? Let's see. I missed out. And this Hercules says I missed out on a lot of classic Disney movies because I was just so used to what I liked. I binged Aladdin, The Mask, and Space Jam. Dude, Aladdin was the shit. I love that movie, and I have watched The Mask. Who? Aladdin?
Yeah.
Get the fuck
watching it as a kid, I thought it was mid.
Like, mid? Aladdin?
Mid.
Oh my god.
Jafar wasn't an interesting bad guy. Aladdin was kind of a cock. You know what I mean? Jasmine was bad. She was cool, but like Jasmine's my favorite Disney princess of all time.
You almost made me do a spit take. I swear to God. You call Aladdin cock? What's the fuck?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Let's be real.
I love your hot takes, man, because I want to argue with you so bad. And I'm like, you just called Aladdin mid, and then you called him that? I said, damn it.
What can I say? How can I combat this guy?
I got nothing for you because Aladdin was a bit of a bitch, but
Tell me now, bro. Let's be real. Tell me
let's
no.
be real. Listen,
Aladdin was kind of a little pussy.
he was a tiny little bitch, and but I love the story and I love the music, and that's what I think I like about Aladdin.
Whole new world.
I love that.
No,
I tear up when I hear that song when I see it in the theater.
Yo,
Oh, I'd be at Disney with the kids, and then like there was this Philharmagic show where they show you like that scene, and so like I hear the music and I'm like, oh god, let me just wipe these off right here real quick. You know, I don't know.
Best part of the movie was Jasmine's drawl design. She's bad. like, bro, Jafar wasn't a cool bad guy, and then he turned into a fake lion at the end. Like, I got you got the genie. It's like the genie was funny. You know what I mean, for a little bit. Then he turned bad, and he's like, okay, well,
let's go down this list. So you think Aladdin is mid?
Okay.
What about the Mask?
Mask, great. Mask, yeah. Mask is a movie where I watched as a young, and I was like, this is. To me, it was like obviously growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. To me, the Mask was kind of a little like edgy, and I was like, I liked it. But I personally like Jim Carrey's like stuff growing up. Space Jam though, like
yeah,
it was alright. It was cool.
Okay. I was not that into Space Jam.
It wasn't that. It was alright. It wasn't. It was
great. Okay. I thought Jordan was the worst actor.
Jordan was terrible at acting. Bugs Bunny carried the film.
He did, and he had Bill Murray in there for no reason.
For no reason, as his sidekick.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's like, hey, look, Bill Murray is here, folks. I'm not a fan of Bill Murray's work. I don't know what it is about Bill Murray. Anyway, it's okay. I like that. I like that. Aladdin's a cuck. We clipped that shit. Big Homie says those are fire, but I'd never miss a Disney movie night. They had dedicated days. Yeah, man. There's some Disney movies that were like absolute trash, and I'd love to go like through the Disney catalog and like tell you what's trash.
We should like do a tier list.
We
That'd
should.
be hilarious.
Oh my god, Disney movies. Where would we put them? Dear God.
Because I honestly.
Go ahead.
There's a lot. I'm gonna save it for that video, but there's a lot of Disney movies that I've like grown up and watched as a youngin'. Because like I had a younger sister, so like I watched a lot of things that she watched, and a lot of those Disney movies didn't hit for me, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like my whole family, like we grew up in Florida, they love Disney. We used to go there every year. We used to go to Disney. Like,
yeah.
And then I seen Mortal Kombat. I was like, this is the peak of film. Any Disney movie after that's trash.
Which one? Annihilation?
You're gonna put dirt on my name right now, on my face.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Hercules says here, I've never been to Disneyland or Disney World, and that's something I've made a goal of mine to take my family there one day. Definitely got to do a dedicated Disney day leading up to that, Big Homie. All right, so listen.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. All right. So just like you didn't shit on Aladdin for me, but I don't want to shit on Disney for anybody. I think you should take your kids, experience it. Everyone has their own experience. I'm not saying it's mid. But
you need all 4 passes to have a good time.
Oh my god. Like it's so expensive and it's so out of the price range for normal people. It's like it's ridiculous. It's crazy. But
I haven't been as an adult, and that's something that I want to experience just because like even Universal, like any theme park really, like after the age of like 18 or 19, like I haven't gone to a theme park since. So I'm kind of like, it's like I've been thinking about that a lot. Like when I go back to Florida, like I want to go to Epcot and drink around the world. I want to go to Disney World and like just experience the different parks that I like grew up around, or like see how it changed or whatever, you know, like I just want to experience it as an adult. But like as a kid going there, like as much as I went growing up, like there's sometimes you're at the park and you're like, bro, like I seen this last year. Like I don't care too much to ride the teacups right now. Like I'll wait. But again, I might just be, I just don't like wholesome stuff.
well, no. You know what's funny is that like in as a teen, I went to the parks, but as like school trips.
Yeah.
And then right after graduation, I think or in the middle between the summer, we'd go with a group of friends, right? Like, and it was fun. That shit was fun. It was hysterical. And but as a kid, man, I only went like once, maybe twice in my life up to like, till I started going to school and shit. Now I'll tell the story just to, because I'm always fond of being poor. Like I grew up poor, and I don't mind telling people that. And it's not to like be like, oh, woe is me. No, it's fucking. I enjoyed that. It's the life that I lived, and it was what I experienced. But yeah, man, I snuck into Disney because we couldn't afford to get in, and my mom had this fucking master plan. And my parents, they were shiesty, man. They were like, all right, listen, we're gonna have a group of kids. You guys just bum rush the entrance. All of you guys meet us in the bathroom just past the entrance. And that's what we would do. We'd all go there. They'd be talking to the person about the ticket. They really only had like 2 tickets that they paid for. And then like 6 of us kids like figured out a way to get in. We got in and we were waiting at the bathroom. But we only went like once, maybe twice in our life with my parents, right? And look, man, we didn't have any money. We couldn't afford to go there. And that's how we got in. But as a kid, man, that was the best, most magical place. Even though, like, I can remember the experience being essentially just waiting in line for a lot of things. And we would, and like we did day trips. Like we only went for the day, so we got up at like 5 a.m, drove up there, did the thing, and then we got back in our cars at like 6 o'clock at night, and we'd be driving into the night going home. But there were some of the best, like memories that I've had. But like my kids won't know that because I took them. We got passes, and I we were there all the time. So my kids were kind of like you, which is like waiting in line. I don't
want to discredit the magicness of Disney
No.
because like when you are there, you feel like even so after 19 or whatever, we went a lot to not a lot, but there was a couple times where I would go back to Florida like between baseball and whatnot. And we would go to like it's not a park, but it's the Disney, like where like there's food and drinks and like Circus du Soleil. What is that called?
Oh, yeah, Cirque du Soleil. Yeah.
No, but like that area. Disney. It's like Disney.
Shit. It was like it's now Disney Springs, but it used to be
Disney
Pleasure Island or Disney's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It was like downtown Disney or something like some weird thing.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Downtown
But
Disney.
even like going to that and like being away from Disney and like not going to parks, like being there, you feel like, oh wow, like, and then you can see like the fireworks from there, like especially if you're there late enough. Or like that's another thing too. Like if you would, because we would have those day trips too, where we would just get back to PSL. We would leave by like 7 and then get back to PSL, or whatever. But the nights that you stayed in Disney, the whole night till the park closes, like those were magical times. So it's not like give or take,
No, it's true. It's true. Let's see here. Chat Mom says it's definitely a comfy and control when you have no control as a kid. You know what you're getting from Cinderella every time. Just talking about watching the movie. Big homie, bro, that shit is a task, but seeing everyone happy is stupid worth it. And that's it. That's exactly it. Seeing the kids happy, seeing the family happy, that's the experience. It's crazy. It costs money. You're tired, but seeing your kid have that smile on their face and like have something, that's what makes it all worth it. Hercules was surprised. Aladdin was a cuck. And he said, clip that. And this was funny. I wish I would have read it when we were arguing. Llama's about to hit AD with a, do you trust me? That's from the movie. Chat Mom says, I hate slow songs in Aladdin. Actually, I hate all slow songs and get so bored. Thanks for shitting all over my teary moment. A homie says, hey, Philhar Magic for Anastasia was fire. Okay.
Man.
I would never pick Bill Murray to play ball with. Exactly.
Nah, but he didn't play ball with him. Remember, he was there, like he was his golf buddy, and then like ended up in the Toon World at the end or whatnot.
Moral support, right?
Yeah, he was just a comedy relief.
This is my favorite. I think one of my favorite comments of the night. With a straight face, Bugs Bunny carried the film.
Oh God, bro.
This is what you get when you watch the Big Llama Show. You just get all kinds of crazy talk.
Bro, tell me no though. He carried the film, bro. Him and Lola Bunny, bro. Lola Bunny went crazy that movie.
Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny is definitely top 5. It's like Eva Mendes in Too Fast, Too Furious, Jessica Alba and Honey, Lola Bunny.
She's there. She's up there.
She's up there, dog. And then you got Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Come on.
Oh my God. Jessica Rabbit. Yes, for sure. Bill Murray had to branch away from Ghostbusters. That's all.
Interesting.
Let's see. Pete's Dragon was my favorite. Okay. So that's her favorite Disney movie. Question: top 3 Disney movies. Hercules says Mortal Kombat and Sabrina the Teenage Witch take place in the same universe. Take place in the same universe. Okay.
Hercules, shut up, please. Shut up, please. What? How so?
Jay Birdie says top 63 llama shows ever.
Ever. Easily.
All right. So I'm gonna read Bruce's because I want to respond. I want to respond to this. And I don't want to be derailed, but this now you're attacking what I said. It says, you enjoy being poor. How does that make any sense? You mean you felt it was worthwhile going through the struggle to grow as a person, but I doubt you enjoyed being poor. Bruce, let me tell you something. And I don't want to derail my show, but when I say I enjoy being poor, I didn't know I was poor. I didn't know any different. I just knew that I had family and I had people who loved me, and I didn't have the things that other kids had, and that was fine because to me, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. So, I didn't know I was poor as a kid. No, and I don't think many kids know until you start to compare to other people, right? But I knew for sure that what I had and the stuff that I did makes me the person I am today. So, don't do that, Bruce. Don't do that, because I have some more choice words for you, but I'm gonna try to keep this shit respectful. Anyway,
Bruce never been poor in his life. Clearly.
I know, man. It's like, come on, man. It's like you have to just enjoy it and understand where you came from. And as long as you know where you came from, you know where you can go. And that's what I'm saying. That's all. I tell my kids what the struggle that I went through so that they understand how well off they have it now. And they know that every time they're going to hear, oh, Dad's going to tell me the story about how this, I'm going to tell it every time because I want you to know that this isn't for everybody. Not everybody gets what you're getting right now. And so please understand that. So, and they know that shit. Okay. Top 3 Disneys. Jay Birdie says Mighty Ducks, Heavyweights, and Lion King. Heavyweights is underrated, man. I think.
I've never seen it.
What? I'm just kidding. It hit close to home for me, man. It hit close to home.
Never even heard of it. You guys talking about your weight? You guys talking about your bout agreement? You guys talking about it?
AD, you're a cuck right now.
No, dude. Atlanta's a cuck. Can't put that on me.
Oh my God. Yeah, Jane wants to know, Bruce, what is he talking about? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. As if kids know who's rich and poor. They don't. All right, here we go. Hercules says Shang Tsung is apparently Sabrina's uncle in an episode to promote Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Salem roasted him, and Shang stole his soul, and Sabrina spent the episode trying to get it back. Is this real?
I'm gonna be honest, Hercules. Shang Tsung wasn't in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, so him promoting Mortal Kombat Annihilation means nothing to me.
But is this true though? Did they do a cross promotion in the Sabrina the Teenage Witch universe? That's crazy. Well, I mean, back then they just tried to cross promote everything.
Yeah.
Everything was related to everything. Tell me you have a trust fund without telling me you have a trust fund. Okay. Let's see. Jay says here, attention campers, lunch is canceled due to lack of hustle. That is a heavyweights reference. Just that's for you, AD.
Keep it away from me. Bruce is gonna make me smoke on stream, dude.
I know. Llama, you skipped my good comments. I'm sorry, homie.
To get this man education.
Oh yeah, get this man some education for sure. What kind of name is Lars? Where's this random question coming from? Oh, is that from Heavyweights? I might be missing that. Oh, okay. So
Bruce, we can go to Bruce comment.
this one right
The
here.
last
The
one. The
kids.
last one.
Okay.
Bruce, I don't know if you know this. Most of us didn't grow up with any kind of money or in areas where there was kind of money. So we were all poor in our respective areas, and we all grew up kind of similar backgrounds. So, like, if you don't understand that, then just shut the fuck up, please. Please. You just want to troll us. Like, we get it. You got money. You know about good film. You're perfect, Bruce. You're elevating this podcast. Thank you for elevating this podcast. But also, just stop fucking annoying us, dude. You're just annoying the chat. You're annoying us. Like, come on, please. Be here for the conversation, or just don't come back, bro. And it's just come on.
Oh my God. Haven't you been to public school? Oh my God. So yeah,
So-
this is stupid. This is,
It's dumb.
let's see. Nobody's seen more butts than you. Oh, come on, Bruce, chill, bro. It's not that deep. that's from Medium Llama.
Hey, medium llama, junior llama. Nah, we gotta give him some respect. Junior llama right there.
Junior
Come
Llama.
on.
Okay.
Yeah. When he annoys me, it's medium llama. He starts talking about he could hit a bomb off me. He's medium llama and medium. You're giving me medium energy, brother.
All right. So we're at the 2-hour mark. We can go a little bit more, but you had issue with people talking about You Got Served, right? The people love Team America, World Police, and they were like, F,
It was just the
you
comments,
got
bro.
served.
This man made a community poll and he posted the "You Got Served" picture and then the Team America, and everybody in the comments like Team America, yeah. And then one guy was like, "You got served, no," or something like that, and that really irked me. So I had to go on Llama's video and say this movie sucked. I didn't watch the reaction. I didn't do nothing. I just typed in this movie sucks because it hurt my feelings.
and you didn't use the Blackout GG channel. You used the AD Reacts channel.
I want people to know it's me who's saying this. Llama knows when I comment on the Blackout GG, I'm giving love, but on my channel, I'm giving heat. Movie's trash, hot garbage.
No, man, it was fun. Both movies were fun. Now I got to come up with a movie this week. So after You Got Served hits, I just got to come up with something for this week. So it'll come to me. It'll on Monday I think about it and I go, okay, which movie am I going to watch tonight? And that's a good thing about this channel is like I went from chasing views to now watching movies I really want to watch. And I also listen to the folks, and I listen to the chat, and I listen to the commenters that are on the videos. But when I finally sit down, I go, okay, this is a movie I've really wanted to watch. Let me just check it out. And unfortunately, it has to fit that 1.5 to 2 hour criteria, or I'm gonna be here till 2 o'clock in the morning doing my reaction. So, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the channel's growing. I think we've got a ton new subscribers.
Yeah, I think you went from like 2.3 or 2.23 to 2.26 with
I mean it's
this video release.
I'm every day it's I'm not even kidding. Every day is about 4 or 5 people every single day. I get another 4 or 5, and it's just fun. It's just fun to watch the channel grow. And one thing I was like struggling with today was I'm a student of the game. I'm watching other people's reactions. I'm watching the stuff that they put on stream. I'm even looking at like, okay, let me look at the most popular channel and let me see what it is that they do. Right. Like I'm like, let me study. Let me make sure. Yeah. And I get so mad that some people just find that niche or find that group. And they're popular, and I think their videos suck, and I think that their content is shitty and their edits are crap. But again, I stopped doing that early on. I stopped comparing myself to them. I just like watch now to say, okay, what is that one piece of information that they do, or what's the one thing that they do that gets people hooked, right? And then I try to either analyze my video and go, okay, what am I doing that's different than this guy or the same, and trying to figure it out. But shit, I figured out it's a combination of the right video and then people like your personality and your reaction. Like that's just it. Like people enjoy different. You know, there's a couple that I watch that hardly speak a lick of English, and they've got 50,000 subscribers, and but you enjoy the dynamic of him and his wife just talking and just going through it, and I enjoy it. That's what I enjoy about it. Their reactions are terrible, like in terms of like what they say, and their edits are horrific, but I enjoy them, the couple. I enjoy their interaction. I enjoy how they get it wrong every time. And I don't think it's a shtick. I just think it's like that's great. So I just figured, look, you either like my personality or you don't, and I will give you the best edit I can. But my videos are my videos. I don't see anybody else though doing it the way that I do it, which is fine. I like my style. I like the way I do it. So again, I'm happy. I'm actually happy about what I do. So that's the thing for me that I'm enjoying now more about this channel. So
Yeah, man. I mean, we always talk about it, but the personality thing, I think, is what helps us personally as Blackout. Like everybody in Blackout, I think we don't get big from our takes. We don't get big from our gameplay, or even your movie reactions. Like it's the personality. It's like watching the people around. We're building our own cinematic universe with the Blackout clan. And that's kind of what it feels like. Like people like, what I mean? Like we said earlier, like people gravitate to Bird, they gravitate towards Han, Gabe, Homie, you, me. We get our own people that fuck with us, however they fuck with us, but they understand like it's our personalities that work together. That's another thing too, like how it meshes, So
yeah.
It's just a learning experience. We just keep doing what we're doing. Keep growing. I mean, I'm happy to see that this video did good for you because you had a couple videos that didn't do as well. So it's always good to see, like, and again, you're still. I think we got, and I speak of we as in me and you, just because of the Llama show. But like watching your channel, I'm always watching your numbers and stuff. And I think there was like a point where we got spoiled with like how crazy your videos were going. Because it was like, what is going on? Like even me, I was like, bro, I've never seen somebody just post a couple videos. You know what I mean? You had at that point like 100 videos, but it's like some of your videos had 20 views, some of them had 10K. It's like I don't understand what's going on, what he's doing right. Maybe he's just hitting good movies, whatnot. But what I do like now is you're getting a consistent feedback from your core, and that's the thing you need. Like when it comes to building a brand, when it comes to building a community and building what we're trying to build in terms of like our own media spaces. Yeah, if we get big, we get 100,000 subscribers, 200,000, whatever. There's gonna be a 50,000 core that watches us off rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be a core of a group of core people who watch our content, no matter what we post, no matter when we post it, no matter how long it takes them to watch it. They're gonna watch our stuff because they fuck with us. But it's getting to that core. It's finding that core audience. And then, and if we get bigger, we grow bigger, that's cool. But no matter how big we get, there's going to be a core audience that watches us no matter what. And that's what we need to get to. And that's what we need to realize. And that's the thing about content where it's beautiful. It's like, we don't need 100,000 people because, like think about it. There's content creators that aren't at the tippity top, but they're making a living off what they do, whatever content they're making, whether they're showing their titties in hot tubs or playing video games or doing reactions, whatever they do, they found that audience that's always going to watch them and they support them and they make a living off of that. And that's all we're trying to find, man.
Yeah. And what's funny, and this is, and I'll stop it and we'll read the chat to close out the show. But like, I now have my, like my, so like when we talk about building the brand, I now know what the brand is in terms of the little things that I do consistently. And not even now, and even like before it was more intentional, like, oh, I want to say this. Now, like I find myself saying the same thing when I'm rewatch, because I rewatch it just to make sure for content and everything. And I will like mouth my own words, like I know I'm going to say next, because I've built now this like foundation of how I'm going to do this video, what it sounds like, what it looks like, in everything, even down to where the blackout goes, where this goes. All of it is now like the blueprint. It's there, and so I love it. And I said that way. Now I don't. Now it's about the content. Now it's about what I put in there, and then I have a great time with it, and that's the part I love about it. Like I said, but let's read some of these chats, and then we'll close out the show.
Yes, sir.
Jane was responding to Bruce there. She says, "I thought everybody did shadow puppets by candlelight when the power goes off. No one is glamorizing poverty, but a loving home can make poor a lesser issue. Of course,
I never
of course.
did it by candlelights, but I did it by like night lights, and I would throw gang signs, crib walk.
I would try to do the different things, man, but like it always ended up being like a stupid dog.
You go back to what you know. I had the dinosaur going crazy.
I always had the dog that had the little mouth at the end. I always had that one down. Let's see, Big Llama and AD the goats. Thank you.
Hey,
Hercules,
no,
for
Herc,
that.
you're the GOAT. Thank you, brother. Thank you for watching always.
Yeah, Big Homie says, hey, drop your likes, and if you hate Bruce, drop a like and drop a hashtag llama and an actual llama in the comments.
Yo, Bruce, like the video, dude. Don't be like that.
Yeah, exactly, man. Come on. Bruce is a lamb. Let's see. We got llamas in the chat.
Bruce is a guppy, cuz.
I don't know if you want to address that, or do you want to just me skip that next comment?
Ahead. It's not that serious. Well, I don't know if you know about any kind of religion, but most religions are made of poor people that grow either to be rich or they just had the the faith in their family early on, and when they had money, they do it. But when you really think about religion, it's a lot of poor people trying to believe in something because they don't have too much when they go home. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I've been around some religions, but I might be stupid. You know what I mean, Bruce? So I don't know. Think what you want. Like,
that's a fair point. That is a fair point. Excellent point, by the way. I'm gonna call you Charlemagne the God over there.
Yeah, I'm getting better than that, baby.
You are, man. You are. Let's see. Chat Mom says, Llama, you're doing an amazing job. The end. Thank you. Thank you so much. GG's hashtag Goombas of Gaming. GOG. Jane says, I'm cleansing this chat.
Throw some sage in there.
Yeah, exactly. Hercules Outlaw says, Llama, it's amazing to see the growth and inspiring for sure. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much, Hercules. Big Homie with the super chat, $5 super chat. AD and Llama, our content brings joy to my life. Thank you guys for your time and craft. Thank you, sir.
Hey, man.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. You and Jay Birdie tonight.
Big Bird. Yo, why Birdie cheaped us on that $4.99, huh?
I know. He went 5, man. Birdie, man.
No,
he goes
on,
5. You go $4.99. No,
come on, Bird.
I think it's by default. Chat Mom says, sidebar. I love the colors on the new setup. The complementary colors with the green in both your screens.
She's telling us some artsy shit.
She's good, man. She's good about that. No. I'm not addressing that.
It's whatever, bro. I honestly feel like Bruce is somebody we know.
Hey, he's got to be somebody we know.
He just knows he annoys us, so he's like pushes it. Listen, my theory is it's Big Birdie. I almost said Big Homie, but my theory is it's Birdie because Birdie has done that to me once before on stream where he's trolled me for months, and then I find out it's him. But also, Bruce really likes Guillermo del Toro, and I'm like, I don't really have friends that really care about Guillermo like that. So I'm like, it might just be some odd person that's just bothering us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, like he's got to be somebody we know. Oh, here we go. Super chat from Jay Birdie.
Whatever, this episode sucks. It's not top 63. It actually is top 62, you bums.
So Birdie with the super chat telling us the episode sucks. Thank you, Jay Birdie, because you are supporting the channel, and I appreciate you. And I will pay you back this money in a drink, Nick, when we go hang out.
Oh shit! He's gonna use your super chat money to buy you a shot and a beer.
That's it. Oh my God! All right, man. So we're reaching about the time we need to wrap up, but this has been another great episode. Just love the way that the show is going. Love the chats. Love the interaction. I got to say thank you to all the folks in the chat, Chat Mom Hercules, Roman, you got Big Homie, Bruce, everybody. Jay Birdie.
Junior Llama, don't forget Junior Llama, dude.
Oh, Junior Llama was in there.
That's your son, dude. You gonna forget about him?
What's his name? The one who made me miss all these movies? Yeah. The reason
I missed You Got Served when it was in its prime.
I could have saw it in the theater. I do mention that I did meet Marcus Houston when he was in the group Immature. I sold him shoes.
Oh my God, yo!
I sold
you
him
told
shoes.
me that, but also it just hit me a Drake line. He said, "I'm more immature than Marcus Houston," and that's where it comes from. Holy wow! Hip hop.
Boom. Heads are exploding.
Hey, let's go.
Junior Llama, love your pops. I
love you too, son.
There you go. Your daddy over there on the other side is talking to you.
That's dope, though. Now, honestly, seeing him in the chat and being active in the chat throughout 2-hour episode is super dope because, like what I told you before we even started recording, but like my mom, my sister, they're starting to like text me on the days of the Big Llama show and be like, have a good show or something. And like that little text, like it just gasses me up because it shows we're building something and people are starting to respect it. So, hey, shout out to everybody who watches the show. Shout out to everybody because without you guys, we wouldn't be anything. We wouldn't even be here right now. 63 episodes in. I mean, it's crazy, man. We're closing in on 100.
I know 100 is going to be insane. We got to go think of something for that 100 episode. The chat is lighting up as we're saying goodbye. It's the best weekly show to follow. Hashtag Lamination. Hashtag Blackout. Hashtag F Bruce.
This guy's crazy.
Chat Mom says thanks for sharing your dad with us.
Seriously.
Okay. And just for you, AD, I love you too, son. AD.
Oh, he must be Japanese. Son AD. Like my future wife and my kids.
Shout out Angie's speedy recovery, kid. Hashtag take AD yard.
You get pegged too, brother. What's up?
Oh, here we go. He loves to see the community he's making. Okay.
Let's go.
No, listen, man. Appreciate that. So again, man, I am thankful for everybody. I'm thankful for everyone who supports the show. Thank you guys for watching all the videos. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I'm just appreciative. I'm actually blown away of how much success the channel has. And it is fulfilling. It is fulfilling the dreams that I have to continue to do this because I love movies. I love film. I love doing the talking. I want to do more interviews. And I just and I'm so thankful to be part of Blackout, and I'm so thankful to be part of this group. And
Yes,
AD, thank you so much again for another great episode this week.
Yes, sir.
But it's time to go, guys. It's time to go. So any parting shots, AD, before we leave?
Follow me on twitch.tv/blackout_AD. We're working on my own podcast. We're working, you know what I mean? The media school's really got me going. So just continue to watch what we're doing. Look out for Llama's mediocre You Got Served video coming out soon. Because I can already tell he's giving me mediocre vibes right now. But again, thank you for being you, and let's keep this grind, man. Let's get to 100 episodes and beyond. Let's keep growing our community and keep growing as individual content creators, man. Because from where we started to where we are now, man, we say it every week, but we're getting better.
Oh, for sure. So, guys, thank you everybody for joining us on the Big Llama Show. He's AD. I'm the Big Llama. Peace out, everybody.